Broadcasting from the heart of downtown Hollywood. This is SoFloRadio.com.
560 WQAM presents Fly on the Wall. A probing look into the private lives of our on-air personalities. This time, our hidden microphones were placed in the home of George Rodriguez.
George? George! George!
Yes, dear.
You better hurry, you're gonna be late.
Yes, dear.
Get out of there. Get ready for work.
Dear, do you have to have the baby?
Ooh, I'm having that baby, whether you like it or not.
Yes, dear.
And I don't want to hear you talking about it on your radio show anymore.
Yes, dear.
You philandering, womanizing, sexist pig.
Yes, dear.
Now get out.
Yes, dear.
But come back.
Yes, dear.
You, come here.
Yes, dear.
Get over there.
Yes, dear.
Come here.
Yes, dear.
Get over there.
Yes, dear.
Come here.
Yes, dear.
Get over there.
Yes,
You.
dear.
Come here.
Yes, dear.
Now get over there.
Yes, dear.
Come here.
Yes, dear.
Get over there.
Yes, dear.
Come here.
Yes, dear.
Get over there.
Yes, dear.
Well, here we stand today to pay homage American way. It's not what you say, but what you do. We stick together, red, white, and blue. You feel the power screaming through your veins. You have the right to choose. You know the name. Together we stand. United we fall. We'll always be forever. Freedom rings, ringing in your ears. We bleed as one, you know. Have no fear. For the pride, for the glory, red, white, and blue, what's the story now? With passion in your eyes, take us through the night. Together we stand, united we fall. We'll always be forever. Only in America. You and me, you and me. Only in America, wild and free, wild and free. Our fathers died for you, fought for freedom, tried and true. All the tough times with the falls, our heads up high. Through the night we come as one, the right, the wrong, what's undone. The fist of liberty, you know, here we go. Together we stand,
Randy guitar solo. Timoteo guitar solo.
Oops.
Only in America, you and me, you and me. Only in America, you and me, you and me. Only in America, you and me.
How very appropriate. Way to go, Randy. Randy's on the board today. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen, the George Rodriguez Show. I didn't do a Facebook blast. I probably should or something. Oh, yeah, you're tracking for some reason. Oh, this ends like that? This is the end of the song? Oh, really? It's like, how long does this go, Tim? Timoteo, some of our loyal audience might remember he was a musical guest back when the studio was in my ghetto apartment. Crazy hair guy. He was performing at Tobacco Road. DJ Oski sent him over. I have to reestablish that whole thing with DJ Oski sending us musicians every now and again. Although in those days we were doing the show, 5 days a week, 3 days a week, and we dedicated the occasional Monday. It was More Music Monday, and we had musical guests on all the time. We got to have local and non-published musical guests now for a couple reasons. Number one, I've always wanted to give those people the attention they deserve. And now, thank you, YouTube. Put commercial music on. And what's that fan sound? Oh, that's all our computers.
Yeah.
Those are all our laptops, all our very old laptops with the water cooling system in there. I'm surprised that you don't hear bubbling sounds like a bong. All these disasters and everything going on. We got the show on, as far as I know. Oh, you know what? I bet you we didn't do one thing to the Sam. I bet you we're not streaming audio to the people. The mic lock. Mic on and mic lock. So no, yeah, there. That and that. It's okay. Hey, welcome to the show, everybody. Now we can start the show over again.
Oh, no.
We'll get the audio from the video or something. That's why we're recording 3 different ways, because we're trying to hedge our bets. And these days, it's not enough. Thank you, YouTube. As I was starting to say, used to be able to play commercial music during the radio show, and YouTube would just automatically monetize it. They would sense it, digitally sense it, and then put their own ads over the top, and you would go to whatever, they would just send the money to ASCAP BMI and leave you alone. So many videos, even like videos of my children skating and stuff, you put commercial music behind it, YouTube puts an ad over it, no muss, no fuss. They just send you a little thing. They flag your video and say, hey, you've got commercial music on here. We're going to monetize it for you so you can play it, okay? And you say, okay. And then they put it right back on there for you. Not so anymore. Last week's show, which the only way that we were going to put it on there, but talk about kicking us in the nuts both ways. YouTube and now TinyPay, which was bought out by Facebook. That was bad enough. I was making 5 cents less per download when Facebook took over TinyPay, and now it's down. It's been down for like 2 weeks. Went to it. People all last week, thank you, all the people that bought the show last week. I was getting personal emails saying, hey, there's nothing there. And now there's like nothing there, like the website, the mechanism, it's gone. All those shows that I uploaded that I have for sale, gone. I got to re-upload them somehow. I have to come up with a whole new system and re-upload them somehow. I have no idea what to do as of today. Wrestled with this thing yesterday, woke up this morning, had to wrestle with that, and then also wake up this morning, all the termite people are calling up. I have termites at the apartment, and again, and the landlord, God bless him. I love my landlord. This is not sarcasm at all. I love my landlord because he leaves me the fun alone, and he loves me because in 13 years of me having that crack shack, I have not been 13 years. I'm exaggerating a little bit, maybe 12. I have been late a day, a long time. I haven't been late a day. Yes, you could use a little bit more level on your microphone.
Am I there? There I am.
There you are.
There I am.
Okay.
I could yeah. I've never been late with my rent, and I pay for most of my own repairs because I have connections and handy people, and I just don't want to. I don't want to be a pain in the ass because I like the relationship that I have with my landlord, where he leaves me alone, and he doesn't give me a problem ever. Anybody want a dead cat?
What?
We have a lot of things going on my block. Yeah, thank you. It doesn't sound like that anymore. I've had this cat marauding me at that property for a long time. No thanks to the cat lady, who's this roly-poly woman. Halloween is coming up. I need to find myself a cat costume because we have this squat guat. I don't know if she's Guatemalan or not, but every time I say the word squat, I want to follow it with the word guat, as in Guatemalan. She looks like a Guatemalan. She's brown. And she drives like an Infinity SUV, and she's out there on the block in the middle of the night feeding the feral cats, which I hate. I don't dislike cats as a rule. I love cats. I don't even dislike the feral cats. God bless them. I know they're doing their best. But what she does, her activity, is she causes all of the cats to congregate on my block. So I wake up in the morning and I go to my vehicle, and it smells like cat piss. It smells like cat spray because cats mark their territory, as we all know. And since I've been in that property, I've been marauded by, I know it's a female cat because she's always pregnant. She's a slut cat. She's an alley cat of a slut. And one time she came, up the stairs of the apartment and was trying to go into the closet, presumably to give birth. And I had to drive her out of there. And it wasn't easy. She sauntered her way out there. Like I'm doing the stomping thing, yelling at the cat to try to get it out. And she's slowly like, oh, geez, are you really, you're going to be a pain in the ass? I'm trying to drop some kittens over here. I'm like, not in my place, you're not. Get out of here, cat. Make her waddle back down the stairs and out there. But ever since then, she thinks she lives there on the front porch. She's been there. I don't know if either one of you two, when you visited the apartment, you've seen this. It's like a black and tan pattern kind of a cat.
Yeah.
And it's been laying there on the porch for the past, I don't know, month. It's just been living there on the front porch.
I've never seen this
Now
cat.
it's not. Now wake up yesterday morning and it's not living on the front porch. It's dead right next to the front porch, all bloated, and the bugs are on it.
And now I will never see this cat.
And no, somebody, I'm guessing my neighbor, went and moved it to the front of the road. Last night when I came crawling my ass in after skating, nice skating session last night. Wow,
How was the
listen,
music?
the music was amazing. I got to find. I think the DJ's name is Mike. He has freshened up his playlist considerably from 2 weeks ago. It was 2 weeks the last time I was there Thursday. Not only has he freshened up his playlist considerably, but he's playing a lot more like dubsteppy electronic stuff and mixing it in with the freestyle and matching the BPMs where it's just fucking marvelous. And I'm just out there like sweating until I forget. You forget yourself like when you're on the dance floor, like rolling or not. But you forget yourself when the music is just nonstop good. You get into kind of a trance. I guess that's why they call it trance music. You get into this groove, into this trance, and you just forget yourself and you lose yourself. The flow arts, the people that spin things, they talk about getting into the flow of it all, and that's what happens. And I'm just dripping with sweat and panting. I had 3 really hard driving sessions that went on for a good 20 minutes on end.
Boy.
And I'm like crawling myself off the floor. So only a crawl in from skating last night, and there's the bloated cat carcass out in front by the road. So I'm really glad somebody moved it away from the porch. I wasn't going to. People ask me, it's like, if you're a country boy, you're probably used to that kind of thing. Yeah, and we would just grab like a shovel and pitch it into, if it was the Redlands, into the canal. If it was North Carolina, into the creek. Off it would go and then float downstream. The creek.
To rejoin the
I got
circle
a
of life.
crick in my neck. Yes, absolutely. All one. We are all oneness. We are God turning his eyes inward on himself, and I use male pronouns just because you got to say something. Got to choose something, and I'm a man, so there you go. All these disasters. So termites, I don't know, honestly, people. And we will, one way or another, post the show on YouTube today, and so far as I know, that is the only way that we will be able to post the show, the recorded version of the show, afterwards, because my mechanism for posting the audio has disappeared with the audio that I had spent so much time uploading. A procedure I've been teaching these wonderful children. The procedure for posting the shows, the big convoluted this and then this and then this and then that, and then cut and paste and get the show picked, all that work that I did. It was like an hour's worth of work after the show to post a show. And so I had, I don't know, scads of show. That's the official number of how many shows I had already uploaded.
Okay.
Scads. Oodles of shows.
Oodles.
Yeah. And gone. I still have the copies of them in the computer there, but they're not online anymore. They're not accessible. That whole page is gone. Not just my stuff, but everybody else that was using that as their storefront, the Tiny Pay or Marketplace. And now what?
That
back to
seems
square
like a
one. This is back to where it was a year ago.
injustice.
It's horrible. And just so disheartening. And now I can't play any commercial music because YouTube won't show the video at all. I was content to not be able to monetize the video and make my little penny per view or whatever the fuck. I have never gotten a check from YouTube, by the way. I've been monetizing my child's videos and my personal videos and me and my daughter's nanny walking on the tops of fences and stupid horse shit like that. I've been monetizing that for years, and I have yet to receive a check from YouTube. Presumably, when I get up to $10, I'll get a $10 check. I dream, I fascinate of getting that $10 YouTube check. Are you guys okay? Because we have our own headphone volume control over here.
Okay.
Randy's running the board today.
Woohoo!
And can we talk about your hair?
No.
No.
Oh, sure, fine.
Come
why
on.
Not? Why not?
Because
Okay.
I didn't know it was wig day. Because I mean,
Yeah,
I could
I'm
have borrowed
wigging out
one
today.
from Boca's wig. It's a good look. I didn't even know that was allowed. Why not? It's show business.
Indeed. All right. So I am wearing a wig because I did not get up in time to go get my hair washed and pressed.
I see.
Because I've gone natural.
And
there's an entire science to ethnic hair. And I didn't make it to the chemistry lab this morning.
So what would it have looked like if you didn't do anything to it?
It'd be a
buckwheat?
big frizzy buckwheat mess.
And that's bad?
So
that's
no,
bad for
it's
some reason?
wonderful.
Okay.
It's fun, but I don't want to scare the white people.
Well, why do you think you're here? I mean, just Jack's the only one that can scare the white people? Come on, you gotta take a turn too. So, do Black Hispanics use an Afro spick on their hair?
That's fine.
I just made that up right now.
Yeah.
So I have
Genius.
an ethnic thing. This is I've always wanted to have people of color on the show, or at least one a token on the show, so that we could do black jokes like Howard Stern, copy Howard Stern's logic there, because that's the whole reason that Robin is there, is so that he can be racist, and it's okay because Robin says it's okay. She's his permission slip.
Yeah, she's just sitting there laughing.
But you have like a whole treasure.
Yeah, but it's having unexpected side effects. It's making me rethink. Like having the Japanese exchange student made me rethink a lot of American culture and the way that we do things, because she would ask, why this, why that, and then in trying to answer, you realize that there's no good answer, and so you have to basically throw your arms up and go, you know what, we're stupid. Because that's why. That's all. That's the only reason. So now this has caused me to rethink a lot of the language and a lot of the jargon that we use. Most recently, the wife of all people, who I hadn't spoken to since August 3rd. And my lawyer, who hey, thanks a lot, Alex. My lawyer changed the date of the mediation from, it was going to be this Monday, and now it's not going to be till Halloween. And I'm really unhappy about that. We're all unhappy about that. We really never met two
That's
people
like your
that
favorite
wanted to have this
holiday.
fucking over with already. I wanted this over with already. I'm going to have a mediation on Halloween. Oh, just wait till you see what I'm going to wear to the mediation.
Oh, do tell.
Maybe I'll wear a penis costume, and I'll just show up like a big dick, and I'll be a dick at my mediation. I should wear a vagina costume because that'll be actually more accurate, because I'll probably wind up being a big pussy at my mediation. Anyway, so he has a court thing that takes precedence, and I personally like, and this is like the whole new George as my life is transitioning and everything. I'm the most important person in the world, and if you've got a choice between accommodating someone else or me, I want it to be me, God damn it. Fuck you and whoever it is else that you're trying to accommodate. I come first in my life. Right? Aren't you the most important person in your life?
Absolutely.
You should be. The most important person in the whole wide world is you, and you hardly even know you. Remember that? Schoolhouse Rock? Y'all are too young. It's okay.
No.
So anyway, I'm back to talking to the wife. And the wife, who has, with me 25 years, she speaks radio jargon as well as anyone who has ever worked in radio, and better than most.
Okay.
When your husband is a radio guy, you come home from work. How was your day, honey? And of course, I spew in radio speak. So she knows all of the radio words, both official and unofficial. And I didn't realize until she said it. Radio is famous for having interns. Interns exist in almost any trade.
Until now.
What? Oh yeah, they
The
have the new
whole
intern rule.
lawsuit,
Yeah,
it's
right.
terrible.
Well, let's.
And
Well,
we
I'm not
have-
going to get sued. Don't sue me. But we're gonna, we're gonna fix that. Start paying people. I give you guys food. Hey, I brought you an egg McMuffin.
Oh, thank
Well,
you.
about me and a croissant sandwich. It's over there on top of the microwave. The new SoFloRadio.com microwave oven is
Oh,
installed
right.
in the
Oh, look at
kitchen,
that.
in the official kitchen. So, my wife speaks radio jargon, and you might not know this, being new to radio, and I think that we might have to change the jargon in light of the fact, things that I hadn't been considering before. So I'm back to talking to her, and I'm having to rush through what I'm doing because I have to get back here because I'm expecting people to show up.
Right? Like us.
You.
Yeah.
Specifically. And I said, I'm sorry, I got to run because I got to get back before the interns show up because I don't want them standing around in the hot hallway.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes, oh, you have slaves now, do you?
Oh.
This is what we call interns in radio.
Oh, okay.
Slaves.
All right.
I always have.
But they just so happen to be.
And she noticed me wince.
Oh,
I went,
it's so
She
inappropriate.
said that. She said that, and I go just like this. This is a visual. I go. "Ee." And she goes, "What?" Like what? And I go, I didn't. Yeah, it never occurred to me that might not be an appropriate euphemism or nickname for interns until now. My interns happen to be of color.
Black.
And she goes, "Oh, I see."
You're
Well,
black.
okay. We shan't be calling them that anymore, shall we? And I'm like, no, you're black, but you're black. So yeah, nothing personal.
What?
Slaves. Did something get frozen? We're having training day over here,
What
so it's
is-
very casual. The audience really likes that.
No, it's
Don't
not.
worry about that.
That was just the
I don't.
icon.
Yeah, I don't even think it's recording, but whatever, because it's the demo version. Thank you, Dio. It may or may not be recording. Forget about it. As long as the Ustream is working. Listen,
Forget
today
about it.
we're on the air. We're live. I don't know what's going to
Yes.
happen after the show. I don't know how we're going to post the audio. It's going to be on YouTube. That's why we're not playing any commercial music. Thank you to Mateo. He's going to be our musical guest today.
Woohoo.
And very appropriate America thing because we plan to talk about the war in Syria. As soon as I finish venting about all my stupid shit, like dead cats and termites, and I can't post anything anymore. And from now on, interns can't be referred to as slaves. Because that's
Go
just a
figure.
little too close to home. Go figure. Rhymes with
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The other name for a slave.
measuring devices. They're called jiggers, and I didn't even think
Jigger,
that up
yeah.
either. What's like? That's
Oh.
totally wrong.
Yeah.
Totally wrong.
The jigger.
I have them over there. I have a collection of
A
jiggers.
jig?
Actually, it's a kind of sail. No, that's a jib.
Mm.
I know all about jibs. You know, that's how I wound up getting stuck in Florida. I came down here to go sailing with my crazy stepfather. I forgot how crazy he was, but he had gotten much crazier than that. So even if I had remembered the level of crazy that he used to operate at, he had gone way beyond that. And so I didn't go sailing. But nevertheless, I know my jibs. I know my way around a sailboat.
You know that story never gets old as far as like people that come down here to Florida. Most times they say, "Oh, I just came down here to visit, whatever, and I got stuck here."
Yeah,
Yeah.
that does happen a lot.
They come down for a visit and then
They're stuck here.
they just decide it's like 12 years later.
It's
Yeah.
like an antlion trap. You know, the antlions, they build those cones in the sand
Uh-huh.
and they wait at the bottom and the ant walks into the cone and can't climb out.
Mhm.
It's a little landslide and slides down to the bottom and then the antlion grabs it. Florida is like an antlion trap without the antlion at the bottom. It's just slip. You just can't. Once you get into the cone of it, the
Right.
gravity cone, you're just stuck here because you're never going to make enough money to leave. It's kind of like Libby, Montana. Shout out to all my Montana friends out there.
So
Montana's in the news lately because a teacher got 30 days in jail for raping a 14-year-old student.
Oh boy.
Yeah, they're having a problem with that. They're having issues. Montana is actually a lot more sophisticated and civilized than people give it credit for, but not in this particular case. Like they have a Democratic governor last time I checked. But so that's what's going on. So back to square one, back to experimental. I really want to thank all of you people that paid the 99 cents. I make a whopping 61 cents. And by I mean the company, because I don't get all that. I don't get to keep all that money. Got to pay the rent here. Got to pay the streaming charges. Got to pay all this business stuff. And everything was like stable. And then we moved over here, so the expenses increased. But that was okay. We're still making more money than we're spending, and that was okay. And now this here. Now we got to go all the way back to square one and possibly spend more money to create yet another system. How many systems have we created over here? And yes, I have been in touch with Phil. I know the audience is all they care about. When are we going to start carrying here? And Phil, have been in touch with Phil. He sent me the information of his technical guy. I sent him an email. Haven't heard back from him yet. But now I got it because Phil has a subscription kind of a thing. And it has been requested before, but again, lately, one of our loyal listeners says, look, man, I don't have time to go through that rigmarole, ordering every show. I want to just subscribe and have it like automatically deduct the whatever $10 a month from my account and have the shows automatically download into my podcast, a la podcast, like when I subscribe to something on iTunes.
Yeah.
So now that we're being forced to redefine everything again, rejigger everything again. Maybe we'll just do that, just change everything to a subscription service, because that was working out really well. I mean, I wasn't getting rich off of it, but it was a revenue stream that I didn't have to just do a lot of work to maintain, like, post it and there it was. So I thought. And I'm sure that the website's dead. Like I can't even go back and look at the customer agreement. But I'm sure in there on page number 37 of the fine print of the 9-point pixel print, there's something. We might at some point in the future, without notice, just stop and go away and fuck you. I'm sure that's in there somewhere. I'm sure that, and I agreed to it.
And that's the Tiny Pay.
That's
which is
Tiny
now
Pay.
owned by
Tiny
Facebook.
Pay, right? Tiny Pay got taken over by Facebook, and it became the Facebook Market page, not Marketplace, which is there, but that's something else. That's for selling used furniture.
Oh.
Yeah. Which
'Cause that's where I
got
always go to
some.
get my
Actually, we're
ottomans
actually
and
using my used
settees.
furniture. My furniture is used right now. It's it's being used right now as we speak. This is my office from my house. Isn't it nice?
Recycling.
I assembled it all together. Renew, reuse, recycle. Thank you again for my little flash, Scully.
Oh, we can.
It's my microphone fetish. Wherever I go, it makes me feel good. So there's where we are. Thank you for bearing with us, the audience. I didn't do a Facebook blast. I probably should. We're going to be talking about all kinds of warfare things. We're supposed to be taking breaks every 20 minutes, but I'm going to take them whenever the hell I feel like it. I noticed that Randy was very diligent and loaded up the commercial break and everything right there. I can see that the pot is up and everything sounds good in my headphones. And so, yeah, you got Jack beat already right here your first day.
Ooh,
oh,
look at that.
Just we bust chops on this show. That's what we do.
That's only because I've gotten to watch Jack for many
we all
Fridays.
We all watch Jack, and he hasn't noticed yet.
Because he's a beautiful man.
He is a beautiful man, but he hasn't noticed me stalking him. I'm following him around, I'm trying to copy his swag.
Oh.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
I don't know if that can be I don't know if that can be learned.
This
or
is
taught.
weird because most times I could just ignore you guys and be in the board. But
Yeah.
now
Nope. You got to pay attention, man.
I'm out in the open and just.
You're on the spot. You're Johnny on the spot. You got to come back with the witty repartee. 1228 on all witty radio. SoFloRadio.com.
SoFloRadio.com. Radio with some goddamn attitude.
Social media marketing. You know your business needs it, but you have no clue on how to do it. And who has the time?
Don't worry, you're not alone. Mouse Media is here to help.
Mouse Media has linked creativity, art, and technology to expand your web presence and increase traffic to your site. Visit them at mousemedia.us.
That's mousemedia.us.
Or follow Mouse Media on Twitter and on Facebook.
Mousemedia.us.
Strawberry patches, smoothie. Come
Get your hands off me.
Huh?
I said don't touch me.
I shouldn't have went to that party last night. Now I'm seeing talking fruit.
You're not dreaming, Bubba, and you're not putting me in that blender.
But you're just a fruit.
Who you calling a fruit?
You are. You're a delicious passion fruit.
Why, sure, I'm passionate. How would you like to be blended, huh? I got right, you know.
Customers waiting. You gotta go.
Yeah, but wait, you can...
At Power Smoothie in Aventura, we show fruit no mercy. Always fresh, always delicious. To make the best smoothies and wraps on earth, try our new cilantro lime-alicious wrap or our hot chipotle chicken. Power Smoothie in Aventura, located just north of the Aventura Mall in the Promenade Shops. Or call 305-792-5338. Open 7 days a week.
Yoga Gangsters, a Miami-based nonprofit organization, provides free yoga programming to youth and young adults who are either at risk or in crisis. The Yoga Gangsters' mission is to use yoga as a tool to teach youth self-awareness, self-respect, and self-control. If you're interested in establishing a program or wish to make a contribution, contact Marisol at 305yoga.com or explore their website, yogagangsters.org.
SoFloRadio.com remains on the air with free archives thanks to the support of our listeners. Help keep us on the air by clicking the donate button on SoFloRadio.com. And thank you for your generous support.
His painful cries. Oh, the wild Warmth on your own walls around. Whisper breath, waiting through the trees. All I know, I said you're all I need. Faithfully and carry on. Faithfully, I know, be strong. 'Cause I love you, and I can't feel me when your heart I'm there. 'Cause I love you, and I can't feel me when your heart I'm faithfully carry on. Faithfully, I know, be strong. I love you. Oh, I can't feel me when your heart I'm there. 'Cause I love you. Oh, I can't feel me when your heart I'm there. So don't cry, don't cry, don't cry, I'm here tonight. 'Cause I love you, I can't feel me when your heart I'm there. Faithfully and carry on. Faithfully, I know, be strong. Don't cry, don't cry, don't cry, I'm here tonight. 'Cause I love you, and I can't feel me when your heart I'm
And we're back. SoFloRadio.com, the George Rodriguez Show, featuring Randy Rocks and Jack Frost, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. And the musical guest, Tim Mateo, who may not be around. I didn't know we were going to be playing Tim Mateo today. I'm going to have to put that on my list of things to do, my ever-growing list of things to do. With turn yours all the way up. Turn them all the way up. Everybody all the way up. Yeah.
Oh, there we
And
are.
then if it's too loud, then adjust downward with the other knobs. That's how you can keep consistency. Boy, do I sound crunchy to myself, which is good. I like it when I'm crunchy. I was going to play, I can't find the voicemail. I could play voicemails from Alan. Alan, he came over for a visit yesterday. He was over here in the studios, and he brought Johnny Dolan, who will be DJing the She Play live this afternoon, right at 3 o'clock. It's the She'sOnlyRockandRoll.com, SoFloRadio.com simulcast, which we call the She Play, where we play the same thing for a little bit there. And Johnny Dolan will be the DJ. I used to not like Johnny Dolan, and I told him so. And something happened. I don't know if he got hit in the head. You ever see that? It's actually the plot of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, the cartoon. Anyone?
No.
Though I
Evil.
I saw a big hoopty the other day.
I have no idea what that is.
Jack, please explain a hoopty.
A hoopty is an old school beat up.
Is this a black
jalopy.
thing?
Yeah, it's a black
Okay,
thing.
thank you. Because I want black classes.
Okay.
Well, it was this hoopty that was completely painted out with Dragon Ball Z. It had all the little characters, and it was hilarious.
Well, if you don't know, Goku, the hero of Dragon Ball Z, is actually an evil alien sent to conquer the world. These aliens are so evil that they just send their babies out to conquer weak worlds like Earth.
Uh-huh.
And the baby just grows up and does what comes naturally to a Saiyan, the people of his race, and that is just dominate everything around it. So that when the rest of them finally show up, the planet is all pre-conquered. All right, but he had an accident. His ship opened, he fell, and he hit his head, and he forgot that he was evil, and he was raised by kindly Master Roshi, who taught him martial arts and kindness, and he became the Earth's hero as opposed to the Earth's conqueror and had to oppose his own people. Johnny Dolan is very similar to that. He was an evil alien that was sent to Earth to be obnoxious and a pain in the ass, and was hated by all. And then something happened. I don't know what accident befell him, but it knocked the asshole right out of him. Just, it can happen. Ever see the movie Regarding Henry with Harrison Ford? Excellent movie.
Once Upon a Time.
Okay, Harrison Ford gets shot and his brain
Loses
gets
all
damaged.
memory.
He loses his memory, and he starts, he doesn't remember that he used to be an asshole. And so the new Harry is not.
Right.
And everybody has a problem with it. Everybody around him is like, dude,
go back to being an asshole.
We need you to be an asshole, man.
Right.
We're losing money. We got plans. Good story. I'm going to turn my headphones down a little bit now that I'm all crunchy in my head. Don't turn me down. At least,
Don't turn me
you
down.
know what? Just
Don't
follow
turn
the
me
levels.
down.
Keep us out of the yellow. People said that we were distorted last week. Not with that. With that. There we go. It's training day for Randy. You're allowed to make all the mistakes in the world except for the passing out and vomiting thing, as I mentioned earlier. Because I just don't want to. I just don't have it in me to clean vomit today. I'm a dad. I'm a father of 2 and an uncle of 100. So I've cleaned a shitload of vomit and a shitload of shit. But I'm not in the mood today.
Right.
Well, I'll try to save you from either.
Got too much trauma going on. Who's the guest that we're going to have calling in at 1 o'clock?
Oh, we have Karina Sky calling in at 1.
Ooh, what a pretty name.
Yes.
Real name? I don't believe you. No, her parents hippie?
Well, she's kind of out of this world and all sorts of amazing.
And is she going to be talking to us about hippie shit?
Yeah, basically. But
What?
basically saving the world in her protest against Syria, and she's very
Right,
active
against
in the
the
community.
war.
Against
Syria,
the war.
Because,
in Syria,
not
yes.
against Syria. I
No.
hate Syria. I'm totally against it.
the war in Syria.
I'm against Syria. Both sides. Yeah, let's go ahead and bomb them both. And then no more problems. I don't even want to get started in that. I'll wait for her to get me started. We'll go back to happy horse shit like dead cats and wigs. And we can't call interns slaves anymore. So we talked about the subscription thing. Somebody help me with the subscription thing. Sweet chariot. I got some Paul Robeson over here in my music library. You do there, too.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
I mean, if that's his name, that's him. No, I don't have it in here, but you have it in there. That is his name, right?
Paul Robeson?
Is it his name, Paul? The guy that sang that stuff.
I don't know.
He sang "Oh Man River" and all those things.
All the
Don't know.
Hey, it's not. Racism is not my fault. Speaking of the wife, I told you
It just
she was
fits
the
you
one-
well.
She was the one that said, man, you're so bigoted against Hispanics. You're always talking about Hispanics, man. You just hate Hispanics, man. You're so self-hating. I don't hate myself. I hate those spics that perpetuate negative stereotypes. And then she goes, I never hear you talking about black people. Why don't you talk about black people, man? I never heard such a racist person. Never. It's like you just avoid talking about black people. I said, black people make America cool. Without black people, we would have no rock and rolls. Without black people, we wouldn't have the Beatles. When the Beatles are interviewed and they, in their early days and talk about their musical influences, they say American country music, American black music is what inspired them to create the sound that they eventually created.
Mhm.
It wasn't coming from England. They were listening to American music. And that's that old school country music, which was actually real, not this modern shit that you hear today. I bet you they like those Eddie Arnold cowboy songs. If I had my real, because I used to love the yodeling cowboy songs. I don't have any of that shit in my computer, man. I'm rescanning everything. I got to resync this thing. I'm on a guest computer today because my real computer is in Dio's car. because it was on remote for John H and the Sports Heads yesterday. I actually listened to the playback of some of that stuff. Everybody's so excited about the first game of football season.
Oh, my
They were
gosh.
showing it at the roller rink, and the place was practically empty. That's why I got such a good workout. I was able to skate backwards without watching where I was going last night. Empty.
One
Place
of
was
the-
empty. I could have bowled bowling balls down the middle of the
One of the
tumbleweeds.
one of the few times you're excited about sports coming around.
Yeah. Oh, because the mall's empty out. I can run around the beach naked. Nobody notices. Of course, nobody would notice anyway because just, piruli. And there you go. Does anybody know anything about Metro PCS? It used to be Metro piece of shit. It used to suck, but now they got the SIM cards, and you can put it in your, say, iPhone.
I heard that commercial.
I just saw the ad, and are they what they used to be? Because right now I have T-Mobile. I had to go back from Simple Mobile to T-Mobile because the Simple Mobile wasn't working for me, and T-Mobile always used to, and so now I'm back to that. But Metro is cheaper for everything, so I'm all cheap these days. So does anybody?
Well, I once was a member of Metro PCS, but got up under someone else's plan, so I couldn't tell you.
No, I practice brand loyalty. I've been with Sprint since I was like a freshman.
I hear
in high
good things
school.
about Sprint. They're supposed to be very good, reliable, and cool. So, but I don't have an option because I'm a SIM card kind of guy.
Gotcha.
And I might, I have no contract or anything. I guess I could test drive it, but I wanted some reports. 954-99 36. We do have the Skype on. I made sure of that. And Randy's on the board today, and her wig. Is that a real human hair wig?
No, it's synthetic. So I'm that much closer to my Barbie doll persona today.
We should do different hair things for every show. I've been wearing a lot of hats these days because
hair is my favorite
hair,
accessory.
I used to really had some hair. The girls were jealous of my hair.
And now you have many hats.
And now I just have. I used to not wear hats, and people say, "Why don't you wear hats?" I go, "Because nothing that I could put on my head would look better than this luxurious head of hair, Pantene hair." That's my layered feathered hair, and then it turned it into a mullet when I came down here. Curse you, South Florida.
Yeah, I saw those pictures.
I never ordered a mullet. I never walked into a hair salon and said, "Yo, make me look like a redneck. Give me a mullet." It never ever happened. I always had like a layered 70s do, and then they gave me that. I'm like, I don't like this at all, and I wanted to cut it all off, but the wife wouldn't let me. The day that I did, she's the reason that I kept it like that for so long, because I want to cut this hair off. It's a mullet. They keep doing this to me, and they don't. I want it layered, and they don't. They, instead of bringing up the back, they keep shoring up the front. And she just get short hair, stupid. She liked long hair. She liked a rocker. She liked rocker types. So I'm like, okay, so finally, just without her permission, and you're not allowed to do anything without your wife's permission when you're married.
Right.
But without her permission, I went and I got it all cut off, and she screamed at me. The exact quote: "What the fuck did you do? You look like shit." That's an exact quote.
Okay, how do you really feel?
Ouch.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping that
her self-esteem was attached to the length of your hair.
Her self-esteem is attached to young men's penises.
Oh.
Yeah. And she's
Well,
got
then there's
wonderful
that.
self-esteem these days, thanks to that. Thanks to that shit that's going on right there. But hey, who am I to talk anymore? More on that eventually. Who knows how that's gonna what's gonna happen?
Where
there.
that goes, yeah.
Yeah.
The
let me just
novella continues.
Tiptoe around that because that's not
Yes,
ready.
it
That's not
is.
ready for public yet. I would have had possibly more reports today, but I thought there was going to be a party. Talk about, because we can talk about our party miscommunication things, because last week's party was and happy birthday again, Tony Colombo. Tony Colombo's birthday party.
Tony Colombo's birthday was last
private
Saturday.
house party, and that I didn't leave until 11 the following morning, and it was fun. What I can remember.
Yeah, the black people weren't invited to that one, right?
No, but the Spics were.
No.
Ha ha ha! I don't know.
That doesn't
See,
count.
Randy's like, wait a minute, I'm a Spic.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I was gonna do this. See,
I'm
here's
like a Venn diagram.
what I had.
Like, hold on, what's
We call it multifaceted.
Yeah.
We are, all of us, by the way, everyone who is alive fits into various subgroups. That's what
Indeed.
told you that I was talking my whole subhuman thing. If you identify with whatever subgroup you belong to, and everyone is a member of several, but if you identify with any one of your subgroups to above and beyond the way that you identify to the greater group, which is the group that we all belong to, which is the human race, then you're an asshole. you're, or as I call you, a subhuman. You know, we are all human beings. We all belong to the greater group called the human race.
Right.
If you identify with a subgroup, then you are a subhuman. That's what I call it. It's like if you are going to take odds against the greater group by siding with a subgroup, then I have no interest, because my interest and the policies that I pursue apply to everyone. Mm-hmm. And I think that, like, why don't we all deal with the problems that affect every single one of us? And when that's maybe not solved, but when we're got the system in place to be working on that problem, when we've got that tackled, let's move on to, you know, greater group problem number 2, and then greater group problem number 3. And then when we've got all of those problems at least manageable, or we're managing them, or we're addressing them, then let's move on to the problems of the particular subgroups. Because you understand that you're not going to get someone from another subgroup with that subgroup's agenda to stop pursuing their agenda to take interest in the agenda of your subgroup. It's just not going to happen. That's where we get into these conflicts, like Catholic and Protestant, black and white, Anglo-Hispanic. Because this subgroup wants this and this subgroup wants that. So now they're going to be in conflict with each other, when actually they could just, like, let's put our subgroup's agenda aside for a little bit and work on the major problems, like, I don't know, global warming, the environment, clean water, clean air, not going to war. The whole thing with not going to war is a pure money thing. You new kids here might not be used to my political party affiliation, and my main philosophical belief system is the same thing. It's called pragmatism. I'm a pragmatic person, which means I believe in doing what's best for the most. Average it all out and do what's best for the most. War costs money. Yes, Point number 1, war costs money. Money that could be spent on something. You've got these asshole hypocritical teabaggers running around opposing school lunches. You've got these assholes running around opposing medical care for old sick people. But when it comes to warfare, oh yeah.
I'm all in.
Sky's the limit. Whatever. Charge up the corporate credit card. Charge up the nation's credit card. Let's buy some bombs. They only cost $1 million a piece. These fucking cruise missiles. We got lots of money for bombs, but not money for school lunch. Hey, fuck those people. That's their attitude. And this whole, I don't want to get into the serious thing yet, because I want to talk to your friend Karina Sky. Mm-hmm. I love that name. You know I'm gonna have to say some shit to her about her name.
Of course.
Speaking of saying some shit, here's another thing. So, like, we're talking now that we're in the new studios, and I know I mentioned this before, but I think it's going to happen. We are going to have to split off and add some programming in order to make it possible for us to split off the programming. The SoFlo Radio be clean and community-oriented, and then the other radio entity, which I want to nurture, the fuckyouradio.com, because we have that.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Fuckyouradio.com for the wide open forum where we can just say fucking shit all day long, which I want to. I really want to. I mean, I can do a radio show without saying that, but that's not going to be the radio show that I want to do. You know, that'll be work for me. That'll be the community radio show. The George Rodriguez Show will interview local musicians and people from around the town and things like this and talk about what's going on. And then I'm going to do the Ivan Bad Show on fuckyouradio.com. When we promote it in public, here's my idea. Let me know what you think about this idea.
Okay.
Obviously, we're not going to have billboards for Fuck You Radio out there.
Right, that'd be a little hard to pull
We
off.
have FU Radio, the letter F, YOU radio.com. And so that's what we will advertise outside. That'll be the outside advertising. That'll be the bumper stickers. That'll be, you follow the TV ads. The billboards will say furadio.com, but then when you go to that website, it'll forward you to the actual website, which will be fuckyouradio.com. And once you get on fuckyouradio.com, then we don't have to worry about the language. There'll be one of those little, I don't even know what you call it, a splash page, if you will, the disclaimer page. It'll be, warning, adult content. Click here if you are over 18 or if you lie and say you're over 18. We don't really care. Just there'll be the splash page there, the little disclaimer page, the cover your ass page that'll warn people that there will be adult language, because I'm not going to be a purveyor of porn. I'm not going to be a purveyor of porn, Alan. I have daughters, for Christ's sakes. Oh my God, Alan.
You tell him.
Alan,
What's that about?
That's what I did. I derailed myself. The Alan and Johnny Dolan story. So Johnny Dolan, I like now. I didn't used to, but I do now. But Alan, man, I don't dislike you, Alan. But man, he's got problems, plural problems. He's crazy, and I don't think he's a nice person. I don't think he's a good person, because if he were considerate at all, and I'm trying to, have you ever done this? Try to figure out where the asshole ends and the crazy begins with other people. Like, are you crazy or just an asshole? Which is it? And by the way, what's the difference? Because I have a theory that I've been operating around, that I've been tossing around back and forth. It's called my bad brain theory, that there's no difference between being crazy or being evil. It's just you have bad brains. Some people have good brains, and those are good people. They have the ability to think about other people and their feelings. And some people have bad brains where they just don't give a rat's ass about other people and their feelings. Sometimes we marry people like that, just hypothetically speaking. So these are people with bad brains, and Alan has a bad brain. He repeats the same thing over and over again, like he doesn't listen to anything that you're saying. That's point number one. Point number two, he mispronounces everything, especially when it's people's, and he does it over and over again. And you can correct him 5 times a minute. Like one of our streaming services that we don't use on SoFlo Radio, but he uses for she's only rockandroll.com, and Dio's MiamiMusicRadio.com uses it. It's called Radio Nami. It has only ever been called Radio Nami. And Alan keeps saying Radio on Nami, Radio on Nami. And I'm like, Alan, you're driving me nuts. Will you say the proper words?
1-800-449-8686. 1-800-449-8686. How are you? We had
That's on the air. We're hearing
weeks
that.
ago,
You see the pot is up.
and I just mentioned this in passing. We've got somebody on the line who wants to follow up on this. Right,
That's
Mike?
full Henry. We're still hearing it.
Okay, how do I stop it?
Turn the pot down.
Oh, sorry guys.
That's okay. And are you listening to it in queue?
I'm attempting to.
Okay.
There it is.
Wasn't that Phil?
Yes, it
Henry?
is.
Okay. Are you doing something clever? I don't know. Are you looking for music?
Mhm.
It's okay, but that's not music. And you can search by, and the music library is a work in progress, but I want to put, like, where it says genre in there, I want to put the appropriate genre. Like if it's a bed, I want to put bed. If it's instrumental, I want to put instrumental. If it's comedy, I want to put comedy. That's my goal. A lot of that shit is labeled blues. I don't know what happened years ago. It happened on the Neil Rogers computer in the studio while we were trying to organize things. Somehow all of the stuff that went in that's audio comedy for the radio show got labeled blues as a genre. Yeah, I don't want that. I could just go through and relabel all the blues, but some of it is actually blues.
Mm-hmm.
So we go through that back and forth. It's Randy's first day on the board. You are more than allowed to make mistakes.
I'm looking for the
no.
bits. I'm looking
Okay.
for the comedy bits.
Okay. Well, when you do the next break, I'll show you how that happens. See
All
the
right.
little side speaker, that little side cue speaker right there? Turn it off. There's a
Off.
switch. Turn it off. There. Now we
Off.
don't hear it out loud. Now you'll only hear the stuff that you're listening to in queue. Now you'll only hear it in your headphones. The audience loves this, by the way. They take notes and pull their pants down when we do Tech Talk.
Oh,
Neil taught me
wonderful.
that a long time ago. You're not supposed to be doing Tech Talk. And he said they love it. They love it. Makes them feel like they're on the inside, and it's true.
I'm on my bicycle right now with training wheels.
Yes,
That
you
is
are.
what's
But
happening.
people would come to the remotes and appearances, and they would speak in radio jargon. You know, maybe not as well as my wife, but they knew a cart, they knew segue, liners, fillers, rejoins, pose. You know, they knew all that stuff because Neil would just I learned a lot from him, and that's something that I hadn't thought of before, because the conventional wisdom that they drive into your head is maintain the illusion, the wall of illusion. If you make a mistake, don't reference it. I was like, oh, that's right. If you pretend that the mistake didn't happen, then the audience will think that it didn't happen.
Yeah, right.
Right. Exactly.
Right.
So we, in the spirit of Neil Rogers, we and I agree with that. We don't hide shit from the audience. Although, yeah, we do. You know, the audience knows that we can't just spew everything that is really going on in our lives out there. That's why when we do paid appearances, that's what you get paid to do. They show up and they go, so tell me the truth. Is it? Yeah, it's all true.
Yeah.
It's all true.
Mm-hmm.
Like people that are in my life right now, it's like, so all that stuff about your wife, that was true. I was like, man, I've been holding back. And I'm still holding back. I'm waiting. And see, that's another thing that I'm pissed off about, this mediation getting moved. The mediation, and then another hearing where we agree to things, and then boom, and then based on all of that, then I can go ahead and spew. But I'm not going to do anything now that's going to jeopardize You understand? Anything that might happen in a courtroom. It's just like you hear that all the time when they interview people that are involved in a trial. The trial is coming up. I'm the advice of my lawyer. I'm not supposed to be saying shit. You understand? So I'm probably not saying shit. I shouldn't be saying anything at all, but here I am saying it. So you want to take a break right now, and then I'll show you where all the bits are, and then we can come back. When we come back from the break, we can talk to your friend Karina.
All right.
About the war in Syria and everything, and I'll just periodically throughout the day, I want to talk about what an asshole Alan Michaels is with his blue lips. He called Charlie, Gnarly Charlie, by the way, new edition of the Totally Awesome Retro Party. Is that the name of it?
Yep.
Totally Awesome Retro Party,
it.
hosted by Gnarly Charlie, who's not fat. He was very offended, Alan, to hear that you called him fat. He go, I didn't call him fat. I called him heavy set. Who's that heavy set fellow? What does heavy set mean where y'all come from? Panama.
Fat.
And Overtown. I know, it means fat, right?
Yeah.
Oh, is that your friend calling? Because we can
Yes.
just forego the break, just answer it, but you'll have to pot the
Fantastic.
Skype pot up right there.
Skype is up.
Yeah, and answer it. Yeah, like that. We hear the Skype thing. Because you could hear that little sound in your head, right? That's how you know you're getting a phone call. Is this Karina? Karina Scott?
Yes. I didn't know if you're talking to me. Yes, this is
I'm
Karina.
talking to you. Hi, Karina. How are you? Welcome to the show. My name is George. I'm here with Jack, and then, of course, you know Randy.
Hey, darling.
Hi, George. Hi.
How are you?
How are you?
I asked you first.
Thanks for having me.
I'm happy to have you. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
What are your credentials? I mean, Randy kind of told me, and I pretended to listen, but that's not important because what's important is that the audience hears, your excuse for being on my show today.
Well, I'm a singer, songwriter, and a yoga teacher, so
Excellent.
I guess that makes me a conscious person, a person that is free from the government because I don't have a job in the government.
I just started back up with yoga, so namaste. Guess what my favorite yoga position is?
Oh yeah.
Guess what?
What? Our dog.
No, Sanasava.
Yes.
That's a little joke.
Everybody loves that one.
That's like laying perfectly. That's like laying flat with your arms. Yeah, I have that pose nailed, man. I can just do that all day long.
That's great. It's my favorite too.
Anyway, well, welcome to the show.
Thank
you.
I asked Karina to call in because last week, when was the last protest?
Last Sunday, yes. We did one last Sunday.
Last Sunday, and then she's having another one this Sunday.
This Sunday, yes.
At Hollywood Young Circle at 3 p.m. So how did the last one go?
It went pretty good. It just rained, so we didn't have many people, and it was last minute. That's why we're doing a new one, and we got stopped by the police, so they wanted us to give... Last Saturday, they wanted us to get permits to hold signs. So
really,
this week, yes, it is funny. Hollywood, they're very picky. In Miami,
fascists,
you don't
man.
need permits for protesting or nothing. But here in Hollywood, they want to know everything. So we took care of that, and we're having another one this Sunday.
Wow.
So
well, good. Do you have the? Now, do
it's
you
gonna
have?
be a good turnout.
Did you get the the what you call it the signs and everything done?
Yes, we got the signs and we got the permits for the signs. Last week we had the press there, so I guess we feel like we were successful because we could reach a lot of people. But the point for this protest, on my point of view, is not much to change the government's mind because I don't think we're going to change their mind.
Hollywood police coming at you right there. Sorry. You just start talking about them and they show up on our doorstep. I'm sorry. I didn't know. I mean, I knew because I live in Hollywood. Our studios are in downtown Hollywood, and I'm at the park all the time, right across from my daughter's apartment. And I see them hassling the homeless all the time. So
yes,
I knew that
was one of our arguments. Because the homeless hold signs all the time, and they don't need. They don't need a permit.
What's the deal with that? I would rather have anti-war protests than homeless people. The anti-war people smell better, for one thing.
But you know what? The homeless people actually joined us last week.
Sure, because you might give them a sandwich.
They knew exactly what we were talking about. They're very well informed.
Good.
So and we had actually some war veterans from past wars that were actually homeless. So they knew exactly what was going on, which was very inspiring to. Sometimes you think that these people have no idea, and they do. You know.
Yeah, it's a sad thing that there are a lot of
where life takes us.
there are a lot of homeless veterans. I don't know what's up with that, but there are a lot of homeless veterans. All these people, all these right wingers that believe in funding war, when it comes to taking care of the veterans and VA affairs and everything, that no money for you, wheelchair guy with the American flag hanging off of it.
Exactly,
nuts to you.
And that's what those homeless people felt too. They felt like they needed to express themselves because two veterans that were homeless.
So
they felt the same. They felt that they went to war and they didn't have any support, and the war was just for profit of the big corporations. That's it.
Sure. How long have you been doing this kind of thing, protesting and activism and such?
This is the thing. Like I've always been very passionate about just being, I guess, fairness. You know, as a yoga teacher too, I feel like we are too quick to just judge. We're too quick to just stick our noses in other people's business. And this is one thing that I teach. You know, when I teach yoga, I teach about the ego, and I teach about us taking care of ourselves and growing privately before we stick ourselves in each other's business. And that's why I felt the need to go out there, because this is what we've been doing. We're just been sticking our noses in each other's business, and sometimes it's not beneficial for everybody. I'm not a person that been protesting a lot, but I protest on my music. I've been writing music for many years, and that's my protest. That's my output. So I write about things that I believe, and I felt like a lot of people they need to go out and say something. It's not because we're going to change our politicians' minds, but I feel like it's an empowerment for everybody that is kind of over the fence and don't know how they feel, and they kind of feel, because I think we feel a little bullied about even our peers. When we think about, I don't think it's right for us to go to war, we have our friends that bully ourselves, that come to us and say it's no because we have to. So sometimes we just repress our own thoughts, you know, and by being out there, and it's a way to empower people to just, if they feel something in their hearts that is not right, they're going to go and say something about it.
Are you an Obama fan? I guess maybe not anymore. I mean, I used to be a I'm
well,
not.
That's the thing. I am not nobody's fan. I feel like no matter who is there, Republican or Democrat, they're just a puppet of the big corporations.
Sure.
The United States is like being held hostage of the banks, you know, and I don't feel like, I'm not a Republican, I'm not a Democrat, and I feel like it doesn't really matter. I really feel like it doesn't matter who's there. I feel like the whole system is kind of corrupt in a certain way, and it doesn't matter who goes there, because even if Obama decided to do something, we never know. Maybe he's just an actor there, and somebody's making the decisions. We don't know.
Seems that way. I had some high hopes. You know, I voted for him twice, and you know, I was very, very optimistic. I really, you know, I believed it, which I guess makes me really stupid that I would believe anybody. You know, nobody becomes president without corporate backing.
I understand exactly how I feel, because I did vote for him for the first time, and I felt that first election was so amazing. I felt like, oh my God, we're moving towards equality, you know. And then I feel like it was a gimmick. And the second election, I decided to not vote. And everybody came to me and said, are you crazy? You're not going to vote. You're not expressing your rights. You're not, you know. And I felt like my expression was not voting, because I was not comfortable with anybody there, and I felt like it didn't matter whoever they put there. You know, so I think I feel like they play a little game with us about
it's a dog and
bringing
pony
ourselves
show
against each other.
Right. Frank Zappa said that politics was the entertainment division of the military-industrial complex. And I can't agree more. It's just this show that these people are putting on in front of us, like good cop, bad cop, but it really doesn't matter who you vote for. The end result is going to be the same. The big difference that I see is when it comes to the civil rights of individuals, like women, gays, you know, a woman's right to choose, marriage equality, things like that. That's really the only thing that I think is different, because when it comes to this foreign policy and how much money we're going to be spending on bombs and missiles, it doesn't seem to matter who's there. They're going to do the same thing either way.
Yeah. And how did this equality how did the civil rights change? Because people went there and speak their mind. You know?
Protested like you're
So,
doing, which is great. Where can we hear your music? Do you have are you on MySpace? Do you have an online presence, an internet presence that we can tap into?
Yes, you can go to my website, karinasky.com. You can go to YouTube and just type Karina Sky. You find a bunch of videos. I normally make a lot of videos out of my music because I feel like it's a good way to people to not only listen but have a vision. So there's a lot of videos out there. And we are putting another video about the war.
Okay.
So there was another song coming up.
A lot of how much like how many albums worth of music would you say you have?
I think I have about over 10 albums on iTunes right now.
Great.
I've been writing for a long time, but I'll be honest and say that the past maybe 5 years of my life, my writing has gone to a different level because I feel like I woke up a little bit. When before, I've always sang. I started singing when I was 3-4 years old. My parents noticed. But when I was younger, I guess I was just trying to sell albums, you know? So we write music thinking about what people would like to hear and an image that people might buy. And lately, when my music career started to go further, it was because I just decided to write about things that are very meaningful for me. And now I feel like I'm speaking my mind and selling.
Okay.
And it's actually selling. So it's funny. So if you look, you will see many versions of me. I sing electronic music. I sing.
Oh yeah.
I play guitar and I do my acoustic. My acoustic music is the one that is more personal.
Okay.
Because I don't have anybody that works with me that has different views. So I can be very bland, you know, and bold. I mean, I'm sorry, not bland.
Okay.
I can be very bold with my statements and not have disagreements, but I have electronic music with a group, and I have rock music and a little bit of everything. I just go with the flow.
Excellent. By the way, I just looked you up. The audience might want to know this because we have a lot of pervs in the audience. Karina Sky is officially hot, so it's okay. You can listen to her music, and you know, it won't make you gay. So just 'cause, my audience is overwhelmingly you know, pig men. So I mean, they're very enlightened for pig men. They're left of center pig men, but nevertheless, you know, they have testosterone and penises and stuff. So they want to know these things. They would want to know that information. It's okay to go to her website and like her on Facebook and all these wonderful things. I'm about to right now. Like you on Facebook.
Thank you.
What I want to, because we know we do play music. I do like to showcase music that hasn't, you know, broken through the mainstream yet. For one thing, it's free for us to do so. Can you suggest a couple of songs that we can play on the show? I'm not going to hang up on you. This isn't me trying to get rid of you. I just want to, while I'm thinking about it, see if you can suggest some songs that we can play on the show today, since this I've been talking for a long time. I know we just met, but I'm very anti-war. I mean, very anti-war. Not like 100%. I mean, I do believe that, you know, there are times when it's necessary, like you know, like World War II and things like that. But it ought to be a last resort as opposed to just the automatic response to anything, which is how it has been in the past. 20 years it seems. That's just Plan A whenever there's something going on. And I know that it's corporations, like you said, in the military-industrial complex. Driving that policy because that's how they make their money. It is in their interest that there be people fighting all the time somewhere on the planet.
Yeah,
So anyway, song suggestions.
Well, I feel like the United States is. I'm very proud to live here. You can hear by my accent, I'm Brazilian, and I moved here, and
Il ci amo.
I'm very proud. Huh?
Il ci amo.
Eu te amo também. I love you.
I get around, yeah.
Yes. But anyways, I feel like we are so smart. You know, it's one of the most advanced nations, and we have ways to help. If our focus is to help and support other nations, we have other resources to do that instead of just going bombing. You know, and I feel like it's about an ego thing too, that we want to just go there and teach them a lesson. But it's very contradictory because it's a country that believes that you don't punish your kids by beating them up, you know, and then and then you go and beat up other countries because you're punishing them. And it's literally what they're saying that they're doing. Oh, we gotta go and do this because they need to learn a lesson. That's exactly the words that the president used. Teach them a lesson.
Right.
And it's very contradictory. And I don't know. It's the way to go about things. You know, we're very power hungry. That's all that is.
I'm watching the news a lot. Of course, it makes me sick to my stomach. And by the way, I don't know what happened to cable. Like, there's no MSNBC or headline news this morning on my cable. It just goes right from CNN to Fox News. But I'm really tired of the rhetoric. Even on CNN and MSNBC, they have these talking heads on there, and they're talking like, well, you know, in the past, we've had to deal with faulty intelligence. It makes me crazy when I hear people say that it wasn't faulty intelligence. It was a bunch of lies, and everybody knew it was a bunch of lies. And then they also say things like, well, you know, we've made some bad calls before, and then they show the clip of Wolfu. It's saying that, well, you know, Iraq's oil will more than pay for the war. I go, that wasn't a bad call. That was a lie, and everybody knows that now. Everybody sees right through that now. This isn't bad intelligence or bad calls or anything. This is a lie. We've got a group of people that are obsessed with bombing people because they sell the bombs. It's just like the prison industry. The prison industry is lobbying for stricter laws and higher sentences and mandatory sentencing because they make money from every prisoner. They get paid tax dollars per year per prisoner. So you can't have it. I mean, the lobbying system in this quote unquote democracy that we have is not a democracy as long as it can be influenced by money, because most of the people don't have the money. The people on the ground, the working people of America, don't have the money to influence policy the way that these corporations do. Warmongers and prison mongers should not be allowed to lobby our system. And foreign nations should not be allowed to lobby our system. People whose interest it is to hurt and kill and incarcerate should not be allowed to influence our political system, but they influence it overwhelmingly.
Wait, hold on. Karina and George, are you telling me that the United States of America is not compelled at the fact that, you know, there were kids and women killed?
Oh, yeah. So that's the thing. And how do you answer that? Oh, he gassed his people. Who gassed his people? There was a really articulate lady that was on defending that. It's like, if we want to get involved, if we want to spend our tax dollars, there have been millions of refugees generated by this conflict already. Women and children and men who are going to be dying if someone doesn't help them. These are people that have been displaced by the warfare to this point. If you really want to do something, if you want to do something and spend our tax, which we can't afford, we're closing down school lunch programs, we're closing down free clinics, we're closing down things that, you know, we're closing down veterans hospitals. If we can't afford to support all of those things and we have all this tax money for bombs, how about spend our tax monies to help these refugees? How about buy some tents, send some trucks with water? How about just some real bags of rice for these refugees that have been displaced? If we want to be involved, because that's what
I'm saying. If the point is to help, we could be helping, really. Bombing them is not helping, because right now they're running out of their countries not because the president is a psychopath.
Right.
They're running because we're going to bomb them. You know, so now we are causing even more turbulence.
Right.
So I don't know. We have outer motives on things, and
no question.
And after we lost our credibility in the past, it's very hard to believe that this is
the rebels.
A credible situation.
You know, I've been doing a lot of research. I'm sure you have too. Yeah, sure. There's President Assad. Is that his name? He's a dictator and he's a bad man.
Right.
And he reacted to the protests in a very horrible way. But what happened when he started attacking his people is the people from the surrounding area that started flooding in to support the people are very religious, fundamentalist, Taliban kind of people. So when his government is toppled, the system that replaces him is going to be a lot of Muslim fundamentalists that are, of course, very anti-women. These are the men that force women to wear burqas and won't let women drive or hold jobs. So that's what's going to be in the vacuum if we topple this guy. And the bottom line is, there are conflicts. There are internal conflicts all over the world: South America, Africa, Asia, and the Middle East. I'm really tired of us being involved in it. It's like, we're not the world's police. It's my tax dollars.
We feel like we are the world police.
I have children. I pay tax dollars, presumably because I want my government to spend that money on things that I need, like roads, bridges, God forbid, a hospital, something. How about instead of spending all that money on bombs, we spend all that money on new pipes, some plumbing for people that that have bad pipes, something that benefits Americans because really the latest poll, the highest number that they've been able to generate is 29% of Americans are in favor of military intervention in Syria, and we're going right ahead as if well that's a mandate, that's endorsement right there. We're going right ahead. Ignoring the will of the people has just become so routine, like with the NSA spying thing. That's a violation of the Constitution. That's treason right there. You swore an oath to uphold the Constitution, and you're shitting on it. You're actually doing the opposite of what the Constitution is allowing you to do. And whatever. I don't get it.
Exactly. Well, that's the thing, and I feel like a lot of people that are on our side and thinking this way needs to feel empowered to speak out, because it's the only way that we can do something. I don't think we can actually change any policies, but if the whole country is obviously against, something people will see. But if we just stay at home and just kind of accept and stay inside of our little bubbles and pretend nothing is happening because there's nothing we can do, nothing will change.
Right.
That's
I'm
why I
all
go
in
out
favor.
there.
By the way, this president signed the Anti-Protest Act, which I'm not really sure what exactly that means. So we can't complain anymore. We're just we can't protest, which is weird. I thought that was a First Amendment thing, like the First Amendment, like we're allowed to say something when we don't like something.
Yeah,
Nope.
yeah.
They got those free speech zones. I love that. That's my favorite euphemism in the world. Free speech zones, where they have these cages, these pens, and they crowd everybody into these pens in the middle of nowhere, away from everybody. And there you go. Protest your hearts off, suckers.
In this little
Well,
box.
did you see that about 3 weeks ago they just passed a law about an anti-protest law?
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Don't we have the right to assemble in that piece of paper?
Shut up, commie! Why do you hate America? That's where we're at anymore. So just a couple songs. I keep going back to that. I want to play a couple of your songs that you think might be appropriate for the discussion, and musically good, because my audience, they're a bunch of hard asses.
Well, I think it's time for us to get a little lost, so let's play Higher Laws.
Higher Laws?
Yeah, if you go on YouTube to find Higher Laws, or
I'm writing these down. We're gonna take a commercial break when we're done talking to you, and play a couple of these songs. What else? Give me two at least.
Letter to Humanity is the name of my last album. It's a long song, but it's very self-explanatory. It's a wake-up call.
I love long songs. The longer the song, the less I have to talk, and the audience likes that too.
It's a wake-up call to the world.
Do you live here locally?
Yes, I live in Hollywood, yes.
Oh, really? Excellent. Want to go out? Yes. I'm just kidding. You should. I would love to have you on the show. You're definitely an audio-visual experience. I would love to. My studios are right in downtown Hollywood. If I'd known about your existence, we would have had you in the studio today, and just right here sitting on our laps. All of our laps.
Well,
we
no
would sit
worries.
right
There's
together.
always a next time.
There is a next time. So since you live in Hollywood, do you perform here locally at all?
Yes. I'm actually performing at Nick on by the beach, by Hollywood Beach.
Yes, know it well.
Sunday night and Monday night.
Like this
From
coming
9
Sunday
to
night?
1
Monday?
a.m.
Wow. From when? Say that times again.
Sunday and Monday, and Nick by Hollywood Beach, right there by the band cell, from 9 a.m. to 1 a.m.
9 a.m. to 1?
9 p.m.
Well, I was going to say, that's a long gig, baby. You got some staying power.
I know, right?
9 p.m. to 1 a.m. Well, that's great. It's great as my voice cracks. I might actually have to. Sunday night is Breaking Bad night. You understand that. I'm wearing my Breaking Bad shirt right now. It's a family tradition, but then Monday night that's a definite maybe. I would love to because I love live music. I like local music, and I like to support things that are going on in Hollywood. So you're right up my alley, Karina. And we'll have you on the show, and we'll do protest. I'm gonna try to make that protest. It's just that's family time for me, and we go roller skating. We're avid roller skaters in my family, and I drive the roller skating bus for me and my daughters and all their friends. I'm a big roller skating
Awesome.
booster.
Maybe you can bring a roller skate with your entire family
I
Sunday.
I have I actually have we've done events in the park like the Expo Alfresco or whenever they have those booths thing. This my humble little radio station here. We've had a booth there, and I dress up like a costume character with my roller skates on and skate around like a caped crusader.
that's awesome.
Crusader. That would be a funny thing to do, but I have to. I'm a member of a committee. It's like myself, my daughters, and the entire peer group. I only have one vote. It's a democracy, and I don't have those big lobbying dollars to help me get my way. So I have to go along with what those other people want. Tell me about the protest again. Young Circle, 3 p.m. on Sunday.
Young Circle at 3 p.m. From 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Wear a white T-shirt and just bring a poster. If you don't have it, we'll provide you.
Excellent. That's great to know. Well, we're going to talk to you. I think we're probably going to have you on a show on a semi-regular basis. One of the things that I wanted to do now that we're in the actual brick and mortar physical studios downtown is to have a lot of guests on the show that are local artists, musicians. And by local, I mean Hollywood first and then radiating outwards because I'm a Hollywood boy now. I love Hollywood. I should have come to Hollywood years ago, and I would have a much different attitude about South Florida if I had. So I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're in Hollywood. And one of those nights, Sunday or Monday, you'll see.
Yes.
And I'm gonna like come at you really fast like a stalker. Okay, I'm gonna freak you out like when I see you.
No worries.
I'm just warning you now. I'm just gonna.
It takes a lot to freak me out.
That sounds like a challenge. I'm gonna jump out from behind something like a ninja, like a Jack in the Box. Like,
Awesome.
I'll wear a white
like
carnation.
it.
I'll wear something obvious. I'll wear like a SoFlo radio hat or something like that. I'll say, "Hi, Karina, it's George." Hey, I don't know.
Awesome.
I'm a little bit of a spaz, especially with someone that looks like you. So.
That's fun.
Karina, thank you so much for calling in.
Yes, thank you.
You know, I'm a
so
fan.
much,
I
Randy.
love you
Thanks
so
for
much.
having me.
Thank you. Randy's earning points already.
Awesome.
What can I say?
Thank
Yep.
you very much for having
Thank
me.
you.
This is very important. I appreciate your call.
Thank you, Karina. Great talking to you. And we'll take a break and come back. And
All right. Bye-bye.
bye-bye. 122, SoFloRadio.com. Turn the pop back up. Audio 1. Audio 2. Turn it back up.
You're listening to SoFloRadio.com.
Put a team of professional consultants behind your home or business computer with Key Information Solutions, providing solutions to your internet and computing needs while keeping you on the cutting edge of technology. Preventative maintenance and networking support, hardware and custom-built computers. Let Key Information Solutions be your personal tech staff for your home or office with affordable hourly, monthly, or annual rates to fit anyone's budget. Call Key Information Solutions now. 954-973-3374. That's 954-973-3374. Or visit keyinformation.com.
In these hard economic times, you've got to do whatever you can to save money. One of our biggest expenses can be our cars, especially when unexpected repair bills hit. Not anymore. If you have a car, truck, or SUV, you could stop paying for all covered repairs. That's right. You might not have to pay a penny more than you want for repairs. Just call 1-800-610-7840 right now to see if you qualify. Repairs for your engine, transmission, and much more can become a thing of the past if your vehicle has less than 130,000 miles. Just call 800-610-7840 today and get your car protected, saving you hundreds, even thousands of dollars. Phone lines are open right now. See if your vehicle qualifies. Just call 1-800-610-7840 to get your car protected today. Call 800-610-7840. That's 1-800-610-7840. Never pay for covered car repairs again. Just call 800-610-7840. That's 1-800-610-7840.
Strawberry patch and smoothie. Come
Get your hands off me.
Huh?
I said don't touch me.
I shouldn't have went to that party last night. Now I'm seeing talking fruit.
You're not dreaming, Bubba, and you're not putting me in that blender to do.
But you're just a fruit.
Who you calling a fruit?
You are. You're a delicious passion fruit.
Why, sure, I'm passionate. How would you like to be blended, huh? I got right, you know.
Customers waiting. You gotta go.
Yeah, but wait, you can...
At Power Smoothie in Aventura, we show fruit no mercy. Always fresh, always delicious. To make the best smoothies and wraps on earth, try our new cilantro lime-alicious wrap or our hot chipotle chicken. Power Smoothie in Aventura, located just north of the Aventura Mall in the Promenade Shops. Or call 305-792-5338. Open 7 days a week.
I am the voice of terrestrial radio. Internet radio will not succeed. You will continue listening to sports, right-wing talk, and mayonnaise FM. If you disobey, we will punish you with more right-wing talk, sports, and mayonnaise FM. We are corporate, ergo, we are never wrong. Listen and obey. Listen and obey.
Shut it down, evil foe, for I am SoFloRadio.com, and I'm here to give back what people want to hear. A variety of entertainment, fresh music, comedy, and different points of view.
I own you.
Oh, your fart-radiating suit and tie don't frighten me, old chum. Behold the power of SoFloRadio.com.
My balls are falling off.
You only had one, my evil friend. There. Now you'll have to squat to pee.
SoFloRadio.com. Castrating terrestrial radio. One ball at a time.
It's the new children's cereal featuring weapons of mass destruction.
Catch Lucky! He's got nuclear arms!
Always after me, nuclear arms. Red rockets, blue missiles, green satellites, and mushroom clouds.
Ooh. Hey, Lucky, can I have some?
Why, sure, lass. Just be careful not to set one off, or you'll be blown to marshmallow bits.
Lucky, I'm scared.
Why, whatever for, child?
I don't want to die from an atomic bomb.
Well, then, just send in 2 box tops and $5 trillion and get a Star Wars shield to protect you.
But Lucky, I don't have $5 trillion.
In that case, scream! Run away, kids! And remember, look out for nuclear arms. They're tragically malicious.
Is this going on the air? Yeah, you're on the air. No, I mean the audio. I'm trying to find Karina's videos, but they're not working. One moment, please. I don't know if this is the right song. Doesn't sound right. It's not. It is a Letter to Humanity music video, but that doesn't look like Karina at all. I'm trying to find her, especially because that was a really long song. And I spelled it right. I thought I did. How it came up on the search.
It's with a K.
Oh, dirt. No wonder. Yeah. Hey, look, there it is. Karina Sky, Letter to Humanity. I noticed you're shouting for Jack to be back. There it is. And just taking a long time to load. I'm glad that the audio came up. You're shouting for Jack to be back, but he's not back because he's in the bathroom and maybe he's pooping or something like that. That's a skill. Pooping, or rather, the skill is not pooping.
Now, innovation makes it easy to
protect
protect
nice. I
your
love
dog
the ad.
or cat from fleas and
Fucking
ticks.
YouTube.
Introducing.
There we go. Now, Karina Sky, Letter to Humanity. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And she's married, you know. That's Karina. I didn't know this was going to be live. Live isn't as good as studio. We're going to have to get her into a studio. Hey, welcome back, Jack. Were you pooping?
No.
Was it pooping?
No.
Was it pooping? I was just telling Randy that's a skill. I mean, I always envied Neil's skill with the pooping. He knew exactly how long it was going to take him to poop, and he could poop during a commercial break. But we played that long song just for you. We can't play a lot of long music on the well, we can, but it's just not right because it's supposed to be a talk show. So if you want to join me, I'm thinking Monday after my emergency meeting, if I'm okay after my nervous breakdown, maybe that's where I'll have my my emergency meeting with the guy from SecureNet Systems. Give you a little plug right there. Been talking back and forth with these people for a long time about having them be the provider of streaming services, web hosting, and this and that. And I just never used them before because they're expensive. But on the other hand, they're local, and maybe they'll solve all these problems that we're having once and for all. I hope. I mean, they've been there for years. Talking during the commercial break with Randy over here, like all my shows that are posted online are now not. We changed to the pay for download system because for a couple of reasons. First of all, it pays for its own hosting, so I don't have to pay for hosting for it. And second of all, just those little quarters, the little trickle of change over there, it adds up, and it paid for stuff. and now this here. So I got to talk to them about all these different structures and everything. It's just going to be a huge pain in the ass. Can't wait to go do a war protest. Just get it out of my system. And I would. I wasn't, people, nice excuses. I don't know. Do you know she has children? I know she's married. Does she have children? Because people with children understand, and people without children, they don't necessarily understand. I don't know what knobs you're twisting over there, but it makes me really nervous. The bottom row of red knobs.
I'm still hearing Karina.
You're still hearing Karina.
Yeah.
That's because she's in queue. You've got her. The pot that I'm on. Guest one.
Yes.
You've got the Monsen pot up, and it shouldn't be.
Okay.
You should have that all the way down.
All right.
There. Now do you hear?
No, I do not.
See, there you go. That's what I'm here for you. And as far as that other row of red knobs there, yeah, those should all be at 12 o'clock, with the exception of the Skype one. No, not that one. Not that knob. The bottom row of red knobs. That's that row. They should all be at 12 o'clock, except for the one that says Skype that you just turned up. There you go. See, when you start twisting knobs, I'm like, oh boy, I don't know. It's like when my daughter comes over here and it's like, hey, Daddy, can I? Yeah, that's, of course, honey. Can't deny your daughter anything except crack. I deny her crack. She has to buy her own.
Such a good.
But she
dad.
comes over here and she adjusts the board because she wants to hear all the effects. She wants to play with the effects and everything. So yeah, so all of the bottom row of red knobs should all be at 12 o'clock.
All right.
With the exception of the Skype pot. That should be all the way down. That's how we create our mix minus, which is exciting. Trademark secret. It's not really. It's just one of those things that other people don't know. And as far as the other row, the one that says Monsend, all of those should be all the way down. Down, 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 down. Right. Yeah,
right, good
there
to
you
go.
go. Because that's your cue or audition or off-air things, and only you can hear that shit.
Awesome.
Yeah, because you're over there in the producer's seat. Welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. We had Karina Sky on with us earlier. She's really cute, and she's going to be performing all over the place. First of all, that protest Sunday, if you want to just follow her around and stalk her, Sunday at Young Circle at 3 o'clock.
You mean protest?
Yes.
That too.
Well, you can do both.
Do both, right.
You can stalk her at the protest, and then you can follow her down to that gig.
And then she's also actually going to be at the Earth Dance Festival in Lakeland, September 21st.
I'm not going to drive all the way up to Lakeland to stalk her. Maybe somebody else will, though.
But she'll be singing. You don't have to stalk. You can just enjoy her delicious music. And then she's going to be at the Rasa Leela Yoga Festival in Tampa Bay, October 4th and 5th.
I'm totally not going to Tampa for a yoga festival. It's all I can do to schlep my ass up to the Church by the Sea for the relaxation yoga. To throw a plug out there, with all due respect to Monica, our own Monica, who does the monocles here on Saturday, who's a yoga instructor, and I watched her go through the whole training procedure. I mean, I didn't watch her go through it. I mean, we were friends while she was taking her tests and everything. I would love to patronize Monica's yoga class, but it's way down there, and I don't even know what to call. What do you call? There's got to be a name. What do you call your co-in-law parent? $1 million question. Maybe the Google ball will know. There's a job for you there, Jack.
Right, there you go.
What do you? Because daughter's getting married. So the mother of my son-in-law, what is she to me?
You know what?
She's not my mother-in-law.
Right. We actually had a
She's my
conversation.
daughter's mother-in-law, right?
Right. We had a conversation about your son's father. And
my son's father.
Right.
My
Your
son-in-law's
son-in-law's father. Right. And I kind of got caught in the same situation where I was trying to find a name for you two.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the proper name for you two. I'm looking that up right now.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, she's the yoga instructor, and I was asked, see, and this is the kind of father that I am, when your daughter says, hints that she would like you to join her in some sort of an activity, for example, Pokemon League. A good father says, without hesitation, by the way, because this is an important thing, how you respond to your daughter, your children, let's just be gender neutral here, how you respond to your children's requests is very important, if you ask me. Like if your child wants you to, hey, daddy, go play ball with me. And you go, all right, sure, yeah, let me turn the TV off. Wait a minute. If that's how you respond, that's going to be picked up on. So you have to be positive and zealous when your child says, hey, Dad, how would you like to join the Pokemon League with me? You say, yeah, hon, that sounds awesome. Let's go card shopping right now. I can't wait to build my own deck. That's how you respond. So when your daughter says, hey, Dad, how would you like to join me and your other daughter, who, come to find out, enjoys yoga? Can you believe that? The 11-year-old likes yoga? Could have knocked me over. Hey, Dad, how would you like to join me and your other daughter for yoga? You say, yeah, honey, awesome. I would so love to do yoga with you. Now, as it happens, I do like yoga. As I've said before, yoga is great. It's the only exercise you can do while laying down. So I can handle that. I can totally wrap myself out, especially that one pose, the Sanasava. I noticed I made a point to remember that.
I think it's Savasana.
Savasana, right, whatever.
It's called dead body pose.
Yeah, got it. Nailed it. I just lay there limp.
Yes.
So, and it's really nice atmosphere. I want to plug her yoga program, the relax yoga that she does, and she's got a Facebook page and like a regular website, which is under construction right now, and it's really like relaxed yoga. It really is like really, really slow, soothing music, which is still more upbeat than the music that DJ Douchebag plays at the roller rink. By the way, I'm sitting there laying in my Savasana pose, listening to the wind chime music that she's playing, and thinking, I could skate to this. I could skate to this as opposed to that really slow hip-hop R&B stuff that DJ Douchebag plays. He was an exceptional asshole on Wednesday, I want to say. So meanwhile, back to the relaxation yoga. It's the Church by the Sea. It's got this big, giant, it's like a ballroom with all these open windows, and you overlook the lawn and then the river and the hardwood floor, and it smells really good. Nice churches smell good. You know what I'm talking about? Like a nice Catholic church or an Episcopal church or this church.
It has like
that teak
smell
wood,
of incense and
sure.
Old candle
The acoustics are really good, and she's got these little nice touches like the rice sock. Yeah, never heard of that.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
either. She's got these big old giant tube socks full of rice, and she warms them, I don't know, in an oven or the dryer. So when you come in, she hands you this big sock full of warm rice, dry rice. And you put it on your shoulders or wherever you might want to warm up your body. I stuff it down my pants. Just kidding. I put it on my shoulders. I got the carpal tunnel thing going. And you just, like, before the class starts, I don't even know how early she starts, at like a half hour or something. You can just lay there with the rice sock on you and stay there in your Savasana, dead body corpse pose, and just chill until the class starts. By the time the class starts, you're already half melted. Have you ever done the hot yoga? Anyone?
I did Bikram for many years.
Really, for many years?
Yeah.
Because I'm kind of, I don't want to.
I've been doing Bikram on and off since probably 2006.
Really?
Yeah. It's really hot.
I don't want to.
It's really hot.
I don't want to sweat. It's Florida. You sweat all the time. That's the whole point. I sweat all the time. I walk to my car and back, I'm sweating. I go to the roller rink. They got the AC cranked really cold in there, and I'm still sweating because I get my skate on. And I understand The concept, it's warms up your muscles and limbs so you can stretch more easier.
Right.
But then afterwards, you got to take a shower.
I would imagine so.
Yeah, after skating, I had to take a shower because I smell like a sweaty chicken nugget. Because the auto fry, that's what it's called, by the way. I'm not making that up. They got that giant frying machine at the roller rink. It's called the auto fry. It looks like a big robot, a frying robot. It's just got a chute on one side, like a drawer thing on one side, and then there's a chute on the other side. So you just put in whatever thing you want on the one side, press the appropriate button, and it spits the fried stuff out on the other side.
Right.
And it's cranking out black fat grease, deep fat smoke all day long. That's what the roller rink smells like, and that's not a bad thing. But then you don't necessarily want to smell like a McNugget. You want to I don't know. That's a whole thing. Like vanilla is something I know girls wear a vanilla fragrance sometimes. That's okay, but most of the time you don't want people. No, you don't like your girl to smell like food.
No,
because we like the smell of food, and that's a phenomenon. Like you walk into a restaurant, it smells good, or you walk past a restaurant, it smells good, or you walk past a bakery, you smell the bread baking, it smells really good, and your breath waters. But if a person smelled like bread, baking bread, that's not the same thing. You don't want
might
them.
eat them.
Nah,
that's what you would think, but it doesn't really work that way.
You know what? I've actually been traumatized by that a bit.
What?
Yeah.
Really, please do go on.
Yes, because I believe I'd like to say middle school.
Okay.
There was this Victoria's Secret craze. What middle school children are doing with Victoria's Secret fragrances is beyond me.
Pop-Tarts.
Yeah. But they
which also smell good. The strawberry ones.
They would drench themselves in vanilla scented perfumes or fruit perfumes and things of that nature, and it doesn't, for some reason, it doesn't really work for an adolescent girl. I learned, because the whole saying that certain perfumes, it has to go with your body odor or body scent or whatever, it has to match. In a lot of cases, that wasn't the case.
Yeah, that's the way that it's supposed to be, but nothing ever is the way that it's supposed to be.
Right.
If things were the way they're supposed to be, you wouldn't see women muffin topping out of the top of their jeans. That has to be a mental illness. I don't have any other way to explain that. There is absolutely no way that a sane person can put on jeans like that, have their guts spewing over the top of it, stand in front of a mirror and go, I look good.
Hot.
I look good. That looks hot. I'm going out in my half shirt with my gut hanging out.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
Fashion victims is what I'll say. You're told what's fashionable and what's popular, and you put that on.
Well,
when you should be dressing for your body.
But fashions, no matter what the fashion, and I know this because I've gone to stores, come in sizes. Right? They're not all one size. They're microscopic. Size -5. By the way, guys, straight men don't know what a woman's size is supposed to be, and it's not even standard anymore. I know that. Married guy is sitting next to the wife. She watches, the Fashion Network and all that stuff. So I picked up a thing or two. So, they come in sizes. So even if you like that fashion, I don't think that that's an appropriate excuse, because everybody knows that you're supposed to wear clothes that fit you, and that's why I call it a mental illness. See, delusion is a mental illness. Somebody that looks in the mirror and sees Flash Gordon, that's an insane person. That's someone with a delusion.
Yes, that's accurate. That is accurate. But you have other cases where I'm gonna be sympathetic to some mothers. Some of them are with child and probably didn't have the finances to upgrade their wardrobe.
But that doesn't make you blind. Life. You go through changes in your life.
I'm just playing devil's advocate.
I understand, and that's fine. And I'm gonna go right back at it. I'll be whatever. I'll be devil's what is it? Contradictory asshole guy. Yeah. Sorry about the coughing. Look here. I'm gonna put my Dayquil on camera.
Yeah,
he's Dayquil. Everybody's got a throat thing. Everybody's like coughing. It's
been going on for the last 3 weeks now.
Don't tell me that.
No,
I've had this pretty heavy.
I've had this since towards the end of last weekend. Yeah. I might have picked it up at your party, Tony Colombo, and we're passing the spliffs around, and not to say that Tony Colombo was just me. I was just passing.
I'm just saying.
In my day. And I'm not saying that Tony Colombo smokes. I'm just saying that I was. Okay. Oh, by the way, you want to hear the upshot of that? Because I got the story. And we should probably play his commercial again.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
Please do.
Just put it into a commercial break. I'll show you how to find it.
All right.
It's under Tony's It's in the George box. It's in George's can in the mega box. Whatever. I'll show you during the break. No big deal. No rush for that. Anyway, he at Friday of last week. His birthday was like on a Wednesday or Thursday. I gave him. I think it was on a Thursday, and I gave him the commercial on a Friday. And then his birthday party was that weekend, and he told me the story and made me very proud that. He played it for the end of the week meeting in front of the boss's boss, the supervisors, the regional supervisors, the national supervisors, the planetary supervisor. Everybody was there, the whole room, and he set it up. He goes, he waited for his turn to report, and he says, "I really think that we've been approaching sales all wrong." And really, so I got a sample commercial here of that's an example of how I think that we should be selling our fire sprinkler systems from now on. And then
no way.
And then he played the commercial. He said they lost it. They all fell apart. The room blew up. And I'm like, and he said, "Thank you very much." I said, "You can't buy love like that." And it's true. You can't buy love like that because I've tried. I've walked all around trying to find love like that, and I can't do it. So, but I think that I might have picked something up at the party.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I was pretty effed up, so I hope it's just sore throat.
Oh goodness.
I hope it's I hope it's just strep throat, not streptococcus.
Yeah.
I hope it's not gonorrhea.
Yeah. Hopefully it's not herpes.
Wasn't
like hangover, because what he said that stuff.
Yeah.
that
No,
stuff
I feel I don't feel like feverish or anything. I'm like a little bit like fatiguish, but mostly it's just this like a cough and a hoarseness, and there's something definitely going on.
You're almost turned over to the brother side. All you need is just a styrofoam cup because you're drinking that incorrectly.
You have to drink NyQuil out of we got styrofoam cups.
Yeah, that's codeine. That's codeine. That's what the.
I've always drank
scissor.
Drank my NyQuil. In this case, it's
God,
Dayquil.
I hate
Dayquil.
that song.
But really,
well, you won't be able to play it because it's trademark
licensed. Yes.
And I was and I forgot. Speaking of Tony Montana.
Yeah. Where are you?
That's me.
Yeah.
That's one of my fake names. I would like Ravens make good party and like we were. Should I say, Raven is in love with Randy.
Oh my goodness.
She's just in love. He's just in love with Randy. It's like, wow. Yeah. So Raven was supposed to have a party this week. I actually had a conversation with him where I wanted to make sure that it was okay to bring you to the party because I was going to bring plural people this time because last week I didn't know what the lay of the land was. My very first time at Tony's, and it was not a situation that I knew about. Like I'd been to Ravens parties a lot, and I know what that's all about. But I was just trying to be very, very polite and with the whole Tony Colombo thing last week. So I was going to bring everybody. I was going to bring Randy, Dak, everybody that wanted to come to Ravens party. That was going to be tonight, tentatively. Last week, Raven said, "I'm having a party next week. You better be there." It's like, all right, I'll be there. Ravens parties are great. Experimental DJing at Ravens parties, not just he himself, who's a great DJ, and I owe him an apology. When I was thanking everyone who was a part of the Club Exit thing, I didn't thank the first and best DJ that I ever met, and it's like, with all due respect to Kenny, Raven was the first local DJ that I met that came to an appearance and brought me his stuff, and he's the one that kind of got me involved when I did, and I didn't mention him because I'm an asshole, you see, because I'm just a horrible person, because that's what happens when you do stream of consciousness, is the obvious person is always the one that you leave out. So sorry, David, sorry, DJ Raven, I love you, and I've loved you for years, and he's loved me too, and I've been assholing everybody, man. I've just been thoughtless, a thoughtless asshole. Not that I've got a lot of distractions going on in my life these days, but nevertheless, that was horrible of me. So I wanted him to come on the show to promote whatever he's doing next and talk about how we're all gonna go to his party tonight. But he's not having a party tonight.
Oh, okay.
You probably already know this because he tells me that. Oh yeah, Randy, just talk all day long now. Bad. Like, really? Oh well, all right then. Guess you don't need me to pimp for you either way. There, you guys are all friends already.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
He's a very cool guy. Very cool guy, continues to innovate, continues to change up his act. And that's why I wanted to take you to his party, because that's like, man, it's DJ Laboratory at his house. He and all of his DJ friends, his house, first of all, there's, just like any good club, there are 3 rooms.
Okay.
And I have named them. There's the living room, which I call the main room, and that he's that's where he set up his DJ stage with the big speakers and the comfy leather couches. So you can just sit there on a comfy leather couch right in front of the speakers and let the bass beat you to death. You just sit there on the couch, and the bass will beat you into the couch like a giant inflatable boxing glove, just pounding your whole body right into the couch. Boom, 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 and you just feel it in your face, all the way through to your back. Eventually, they move all the furniture back away a little bit, and then that becomes primary dance floor. And then his family room, I call that the glow room. The only lights in the glow room are black lights.
Okay.
So
How
it's
appropriate.
yeah. So it's pitch black in there unless somebody smiles, or the glow items.
I went to
glow
school
items
with a
that
guy
everybody
like
got.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's that, and then there's the outside where it's just spin land. He's got speakers set up so you hear the music on the outside as well, but that's where everybody is spinning hula hoops, poi, light batons, and things, and of course smoking, because there's no smoking on the inside of the house. So it's great. So you just go from room to room and enjoying yourself. And he and all his DJ friends take the opportunity to try out new things that they might not want to do at the club, because they don't want to be weird at the club, or they don't want to test drive something at the club if they don't know what that transition is going to sound like, or they might find this track or that track, or they're trying something new, and they kind of want to try it in front of each other. The DJs are playing for DJs to get their feedback, like, hey, I got this hair up my ass, or I got this idea, and I'm going to try, what do you think of this? And then so they all weigh in on it, and they nod up and down, and it's like, yeah, that didn't work. Oh, that sounds pretty good too. And we get to be there for that. We get to be the recipients of that. We get to enjoy them experiment, for better or worse, which I really enjoy being a part of that whole. So it's very inside. It makes me feel very inside, inside that house. And that was supposed to be tonight, and then not. And it's not my fault that it's not happening tonight. Nothing is happening tonight. You know what's going to happen tonight?
What's
I'm
happening
going
tonight?
to bed.
Okay.
With
Which
this
you should.
cough.
You
I
have
should.
a cough and you're all run down.
I'm run down, and
Get some rest,
This
George.
week has not been like last week was brutal. Last week, I told you, Tuesday was the day I didn't drink. I only didn't drink on Tuesday, and I didn't set out to that. I'm going to set a record. It's just something happened. Every night, something conspired to make me go and drink and party. And then By the Glass happened on Thursday, and we had that tequila show. Rob was here.
Yeah, I know.
And we had we had Justin Timberlake's tequila. Hate him, love the tequila. I
have to reserve. I can only do By the Glass maybe once a month.
Really?
It takes me forever to recover.
Yeah.
Late.
That's the name of that show. Yeah. Well, practice, like most things. We'll get your liver and your kidneys up to speed there,
yeah.
Randy, little by little.
Oh goodness.
It's just just a little bit. Like here, we have the SoFlo radio bar. Did I already do the line?
A lot of glassware.
Yeah, and some of it's dirty, and I'm just way behind on it. But one of my female friends was here. Nothing weird. She's here with her husband, and talking about the bar that I have set up over here. And I go, it's not a bar. And the husband says, what do you have? What's that? What does a bar have that you don't have? And I was thinking about that, and she says, a liquor license. And that is absolutely correct. We got beer, we got hard liquor, we got mixers, we have every glass in the world. We've got the bartending kit with little swizzle straws, various glasses, disposable, non-disposable, sugar in cubes, granulated sugar, sugar substitute, sour bitters, everything.
I mean, I have to say, I do learn a lot, coming here, and you being the host with the most, as far as, libations are concerned. But I'm a kava knot.
No, I don't even know what that means.
The kava bar.
Oh, a kava knot from the kava bar. Yes, you can
yes.
have my portion. I'll just scrape that kava right into your glass there. Kava tastes like dirt, but the good news is it's expensive. Yeah.
Shout out to the kava bar.
Oh,
Well, Avi is actually listening.
You nailed it. It's an appetite suppressant.
Yes, it is.
It is. So if you want, you got a kava weight loss diet, you just drink a coconut, like a half coconut shell full of kava, and you won't want to eat anything. Like ever. I've got some coconuts at the apartment. I should probably bring them in here. In case of kava.
Absolutely.
Because the chances of kava happening at the apartment now that the studio is over here are zero. Like I'm not gonna have kava.
So you
over
would
there,
you would have kava at the clubhouse?
Monica,
Yes.
She's
also a kava nut.
Yes, and she brought kava onto the show one day, and the coconuts are still there.
Okay.
And we drank kava during the show. I mean, all right. So if you want to lose weight, or if you run out of cocaine, because it has a numbing effect
It
on
has
your
a
mouth.
numbing
and
effect.
stuff.
It has like an anti-anxiety effect.
Okay.
I mean, it has lots of positive.
I didn't drink it when I
attributes.
was anxious, so I didn't notice that effect.
Okay.
I'll have to.
But it promotes sociability. It does a lot of the same things that alcohol does.
Not to me. I'm
Well,
trying to think if kava has ever gotten me laid. Wait, I'm thinking. No, it hasn't. Okay. Do you think it has that potential? Oh, wait.
Well, it does. It promotes sociability, so you might open up.
I take it
more.
back.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I'll tell you that story out there.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. Actually, it was because of kava.
See?
Yeah.
There you go.
Girl wanted to know. It's like, this is a very interesting feeling I have right now. I wonder what it would feel like to bang, feeling like this. I said, yeah.
You want to try?
I kind of wonder that. I'm wondering that as well.
Yeah. How about?
I kind of wonder what it would feel like to bang, at any given moment. But yeah, that happened. So there's one for kava. If you're out there walking down Hollywood Boulevard and walk by the kava bar with some chick and you're trying to get her into bed and alcohol didn't work.
My goodness.
Well, this is news you can use. This is the audience over here. They want to know. They want to know important things like where are the good deals on food and how do you get laid.
Oh.
And please stop trying to get laid by bothering my female friends, all you people out there. Hey, Bobby. How you doing, Bobby?
Uh-oh.
You perv.
Uh-oh.
You know who you are. Thanks for listening to the show. Love you,
Bobby.
Bobby. Love all my loyal fans and everything. But he started asking me the names of people that he saw me posting with on Facebook. And
What's her name?
And I said, they're too young for you. The girls from the raves and girls from the roller rink. And it's too young for you. Oh, they're not too young. I said, they're teenagers. I'm friends with their parents, for Christ's sakes. You perv. You pedophile. No, I'm sorry. Then he backed off. So
Creepy.
I had to throw the pedophile word out there. This
Yikes.
is 15 and 16-year-olds. Oh, what are you doing? It's like, I'm friends with their parents. I got teenagers. People, like everybody, like Frank Zappa did a lot of dirty songs, and comedians and musicians and movie stars that do a lot of blue humor. Guess what? Sometimes they become parents of children, and there's a difference between their act and the way they are in real life. And in real life, I'm a gentleman, and people don't want to believe. Oh no. Yeah. I am a gentleman who is trusted with the children of others, who trust other people with my own children. I'm part of a social network of parents, and we all do things. We go to the park, and we go to the beach, and we go skating, and we go to the water park, and we go to the movies. And not all parents are available all the time. So the parents that are available take the children, and sometimes you let your children go off with other parents, and sometimes the other parents let your children go off with you. And we all trust each other, and they know me in real life, Bobby. Not to be a pervoid. Just because I portray one on the radio doesn't mean that I am one on real life. And if I was a pervert in real life, you wouldn't be seeing these teenagers in pictures with me because their parents wouldn't let them anywhere near me. Bobby? Does that not make sense? Why am I allowed to hang out at raves with other people's teenage kids? Because they're taking the picture. Because they're right there. Take the freaking picture. Bobby. Does that make any sense? Because I always talk about the guys that see me. Oh, why don't you introduce me to that girl? It's like, my female friends like me. One of the reasons, there are many reasons, one of the reasons that my female friends like me and like hanging out with me is because I don't bring perverts around to hit on them. If I did, they wouldn't be my friends, and you wouldn't see me with in all these pictures with them. They invite me to parties because I'm not going to mash on them, and I'm not going to bring some pervert that will mash on them. It would be totally self-defeating. Oh, I'm not going to hit on them. Then why do you want to meet them? When I post pictures with old fat guys, you don't send me a Facebook message saying, "Hey, what's his name? Can I meet that fat guy?
He looks pretty cool.
He looks like Ernest Borgnine. I'd like to meet that guy." It's 2:02 on all your pots down. Ernest Borgnine Radio, SoFloRadio.com.
Wonderful SoFlo Radio.
Yoga Gangsters, a Miami-based nonprofit organization, provides free yoga programming to youth and young adults who are either at risk or in crisis. The Yoga Gangsters' mission is to use yoga as a tool to teach youth self-awareness, self-respect, and self-control. If you're interested in establishing a program or wish to make a contribution, contact Marisol at 305yoga.com or explore their website, yogagangsters.org.
Hi, this is George. You know, trying to get laid all day makes me hungry, so I go to Power Smoothie in Aventura and get the healthiest wraps and most delicious smoothies ever made. I mean, really, the smoothies are so insanely delicious, they're orgasmic. The staff is friendly there and cute. The food is healthy and real, not processed. This is not fast food, it's good food served fast. And they love me there. They even let me create my own smoothie, the Malted Jorge. Go in and ask for one. They're in the Promenade Shops right off of US 1 in Aventura, or call them at 305-792-5338. You can also visit them online at powersmoothieaventura.com.
CBC5 is the executive liaison for all your building compliance needs. Serving South Florida from the Palm Beaches to Key West, CBC5 delivers 5-star service that brings
What's this ABC or BDQ or whatever?
CBC5. It stands for Complete Building Compliance.
Oh, I ain't building nothing, so what can they do for me?
Well, they do more than plan review and permitting. They help the little guy cut through red tape.
I got duct tape holding together my carport.
Well, CBC5 can help. Let them deal with bureaucrats. They helped George Rodriguez solve a sewer lateral problem, and they saved him a ton of money and hassles.
By City Hall, who can do that?
CBC5 can do that. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a commercial to finish. Contact Shoddy the Hottie at CBC5 786-255-3851 or log on to cbc5.net. That's cbc5.net.
Hey, how you doing? My name's Tony Colombo. I'm with Wayne Automatic Fire Sprinklers Incorporated, and I'm talking with homeowners in your neighborhood about the benefits of having an automatic fire sprinkler system in your home.
Isn't that usually a commercial property thing?
Not necessarily. You know, houses catch fire all the time.
Right.
You know, most household fires occur when occupants are away from home.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, sure. You could get assured in your wiring,
This
for
is a
example.
new house. I got the best breakers I could buy.
Oh, yeah? What about gas leaks?
Oh, I don't use gas. We're all electric here.
You could get hit by lightning.
Yeah, I suppose that could happen.
Let me tell you something right now. Florida has more lightning strikes than any other state.
I didn't know that.
Trust me. The only real protection against fire is for fire sprinkler system.
You know, it sounds a little like you're saying that you're going to burn my house down if I don't buy your sprinkler system.
Whoa. That is a terrible assertion. I ain't saying that at all. I'm just saying that if you do have a sprinkler system, then your house won't burn down. Because you know that's what sprinklers do.
Wayne Automatic Fire Systems. Call us today to schedule a total protection consultation, or we'll burn your house down.
That's not what I'm saying.
Summer is over. And if you're like most people, you didn't get to do half the things you planned on, right?
It's too late now.
No, it's not. Come to Crazy Louie's Tanning Liposuction Speed Reading Swinging Singles Barbecue Barn and take advantage of his end of summer sale. The fun's all here under one roof.
Whoopee.
At Crazy Louie's Tanning Liposuction Speed Reading Swinging Singles Barbecue Barn, you can have the summer you've dreamed of in 15 minutes for only $99.95. Yes, for one nickel, short of $100, you can get a tan, lose weight, read the hot bestsellers, fall in love, and have great steak. All this in less time than it takes for you to phone for hotel reservations. Mental health experts agree. Crazy Louie must be crazy to offer this much summer fun at these prices. The first 50 customers will receive absolutely free a blank stare from Louie or one of his catatonic sales staff. That's Crazy Louie's Tanning Liposuction Speed Reading Swinging Singles Barbecue Barn, where summer's just beginning.
Don't you remember all those days we spent it swallows. Nothing can exempt you from this repetition. Run through, don't bother keeping secrets. They just get in the way. I swear it's not worth doing, but I'll do it anyway. My heart's beating, trying to hold the earth still, and my eyes hurt too much to look away. This isn't what I wanted. My heart's breaking, trying to hurt me as you, and my eyes hurt too much to look away.
So that's Thieves Are Watching. They were on the show. We're going to go through these local songs little by little on the show, and decide which ones we want to play again and which ones we don't want to play again. That's some good slow fading there. I can barely hear you doing that. That's exactly what I'm going to talk about. It's like you should not notice that you're fading that song out at all. Welcome back to the show, the George Rodriguez Show. Randy Rock's on the board, and Jack Frost right over here next to me. You keep calling, Avi. These people. There are a lot of radio rule principles. Like, people won't call your radio show unless you're not able to. This is all Murphy's Law of Broadcasting. You want people to call in. 954-99-0036, 954-990-0036 is the number to call. Call back. And you beg people to call you all day long, and you pump the numbers, and you pump the numbers, and you pump the numbers, and then you go to a commercial break, and all the lines light up. Like, we only have the one line. Although it's with Skype, they'll stack up. You'll see if multiple people call, you'll see them all call in there. When I used to produce for the Neil Show, excuse me, coughing all day. We had like 8 lines. And it was like that. I mean, Neil had more callers than anybody else, but there were those days where he couldn't buy a call, as we would say. But then as soon as we go to a commercial break, all the lines would light up. And then as soon as you come out of the commercial break, everybody hangs up. And we got only like a 60-second delay on the internet, so I don't know why people call during the commercial break, and then they just give up. And I know that they're calling because they hear something going on or something, and so they're listening to the computer, and they must know when we're in a commercial break because you're hearing commercials, and you must know when we're back because you hear it, but then they don't call back. I'm trying to play some voicemails, and I don't know if I can. Pop me up over here. I'm just going to do this really quickly because there's a funny voicemail, and like all the way up. Obviously, I have no audio on this computer, and I don't know why. It's just me. It's this computer. Let's see. We got Alan. Alan, why do you leave me voicemails, Alan? Do you know how many times I've told Alan not to leave me voicemails? Only all the time. I say, don't leave a voicemail. Don't leave a voicemail. I'm going to call you back. Just don't. You're just giving me stuff to do. Just don't leave a voicemail. Vip. Great. Wonderful. I'm just going to delete these as I go. I have no idea what.
Hey, Daddy, it's Steven.
Hey, Steven, how you doing?
Jorge!
And one of these is funny, and I don't know which one it is. Seriously, I have no idea what to make of this voicemail. That's why I'm.
Jorge!
That sounds like a drop.
Yeah, I like that.
George!
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's Tony, by the way. Tony Colombo. I love this.
Hey, George, it's Daniel.
Okay. I don't know who these people are, so I don't want to embarrass them on the air.
Hola, Jorge.
Yeah. There's one of these is hysterical.
Jorge!
Jesus.
Hey,
Yep. I love that. I wish it's.
Hey, what are you doing?
Hey, what? This is great, isn't it?
Hey, buddy, it's...
Yeah, I know.
Gold.
I gotta find that voicemail.
Hola,
hello? This is.
Hi, George.
Hi.
Hey, George, it's...
Yeah, I'm not gonna let anybody know who you are.
Hey, it's Mikey.
Hey, Mikey. Hey, here's one.
George, it's me.
Oh, I think that was me.
Yes, it was.
Hey, George.
Hey.
Hey, George.
Hey.
Do you not go through
Yeah,
your
hey,
voicemail?
George, it's Alan. I talked to that guy when he...
Yeah. No, I don't. Look, all right. Here's my issue with voicemail. I have to have it just in case.
Okay.
Just in case something. Because here's what voicemail is supposed to be for. Like, all right, I got this something I got to say to you, but I'm not going to be able to talk to you later, so I'm just leaving you the details on the message now so that you can listen to it at your convenience, and then you got the details of what, like party details. Hey, man, the party's on. We're meeting at, DJ Raven's house, 10 o'clock. But okay, bye. Because I'm going to the office. I'm going into the studio. I'm going onto a plane. I won't be able to talk to you later. So that's why I'm leaving a voicemail message, because I can't talk to you later.
Okay.
But if I can't, I don't think your mic is on.
My mic's on. I just
okay.
wasn't,
All
wasn't
right.
speaking
I didn't
into
hear
it.
you in my head. But people like Alan, for example, that I know I'm going to have a conversation with him. If you call, and especially in the days of smartphone, now that we have smartphones, they call, they hang up, you see that the person called, so you know that person wants to talk to you. They call, you don't answer, they hang up, boom. I see that Alan called. When I'm able to talk to Alan, I call him right back. And I tell Alan this. I say, Alan, I will see that you have called, and I will call you back as soon as I'm able to. No, he leaves voicemail. Because here's what happens. I have all these voicemail messages. And then I have to go through and delete them. And here's one. You like this?
Jorge, Manuel, en estos momentos se fue la televisión, parece que la tumbaron. Me he quedado sin televisión, mira a ver si tú puedes resolver eso. Llámame siempre, por favor.
Your stepdad?
Yeah, former stepdad. I don't even know what to call that anymore.
Hi.
Hey. I don't even.
Hello.
How come, man? I want. Listen, I mean, it's on my phone. I was listening to it in the toilet in there. In the toilet, in the immortal.
Toilet.
Oh, you know what? That's I'm in the trash. Let's try this. I was in the trash can. No wonder.
Get
this
out
is
of the
very
trash,
sophisticated.
George.
I'm getting.
Hey, afternoon.
Hey. All right, wait. This has got to be it.
I was in the room with my tail while bro was flopping. Hello? You heard that shit? I was out here like, yeah, I was looking at that.
Yup, that's it. That's
what
the one.
What was that?
Right. Help me. Somebody help me. Where's the lexicon? Where's the babblefish? What language was that? First of all, let's narrow this down. We've all got crazy ass voice messages in our lives, right? This is in my life, that's the one to beat. I have no idea. It's just a phone number. No, here's the thing. Here's the thing about this program. I'm using the Umail app. Take a look at this, Randy. The Umail app shows the name if their name comes up on caller ID or if they're in my phone book. Either way, it will be identified. Like I told you, I got termites, so here's from the exterminator. It's Bug E Dead. That's the number that calls up on the yeah. Makes sense, right? That's a Terminator. I mean Terminator. Jack Clark, is that you?
No, sir.
No? Then I don't know who that is. All right, here's Chris Hudspeth, right? You see? But these are people that I know. Here's Bruce Silverman. Hey, happy anniversary, Bruce Silverman on Monday. It's Bruce Silverman's 3-year anniversary on SoFlo Radio, ladies and gentlemen. So be sure to call him and bust his chops. So I don't know this number. I don't recognize this number. This is not. This could be somebody I know. See, that's the sad thing about this. It could be a wrong number, but that's not my primary theory. My primary theory is that this is someone that I know calling my phone from somebody else's phone because they don't have their phone or they can't find their phone because they're fucked up. How fucked up are they?
I was in the room with my tail while bro was flopping. Hello? You heard that shit? I was out here like, yeah, I was looking at that.
Oh boy.
I'm guessing English. That's English.
I almost made it out.
When did you receive that call?
That was Monday at 4:54 p.m. in the afternoon.
It was a Labor Day call.
Yeah.
So that would explain it.
I'm totally flagging that one, man. I'm flagger. That's a flag. There, it is flagged. I think it's a little loud. Turn it down a little bit. I think it's like overmodulating.
I was in the room with my tail while bro was flopping.
Okay, wait. All right. I was in a weird mood last night or in a weird room last night.
Right, I heard room.
You heard room?
Yeah.
All right, let me say.
Flopping.
Wait.
Hello? You heard that shit?
Saki? I got
was in the room
Saki.
with my tail while bro was flopping. Hello? You heard that shit? I was out here like, yeah, I was looking at that.
Now the next question is that a male or a female?
I don't know that, and I have a third question. Why wasn't I invited to that party? What? Maybe that was my invitation.
It sounds messy. They're like, oh, I gotta call George up, get him involved in this.
Yeah.
Or help me keep this going.
I don't even remember what I was doing. wait, it was Labor Day.
Mm-hmm.
There was no school. I think I was there. I was just chilling with my daughter, playing computer games or something, or watching her play computer games. I gotta have that again.
I was in the room with my tail while bro was flopping. Hello? You heard that shit? I went out here and looked. Yeah, I was looking at that.
You know what's really good about this program here? It's like right here on the lower left-hand side. Is it share this voicemail? Facebook, Twitter,
wow,
LinkedIn, download.
Awesome.
I love this app. It's Umail. And for those of us who have jailbroken iPhones, it's great because normally when you have an iPhone, you have that visual voicemail thing. You see like a list of who called, and you can just play individuals. You don't have to dial your voicemail,
right?
Like a chump.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't work on a jailbroken iPhone, so you have to use an app, and that's what Umail does. It lets me have visual voicemail, but it has all these other features like the custom answering. I think I have a British voice lady. I'm supposed to have like a British accent lady answering my calls for me. That's gonna.
Oh, is that the thing that?
Hello, Jorge, can't come to the phone right now.
Right.
Oh yeah, I hear that.
Yeah, and also the other feature is that if you're an unknown caller, it sends you a text. It sends you right to voicemail, and then it sends you a text asking you to identify yourself. Have you experienced that yet when you called me? Oh, yeah, we did, because that's why you sent me that naked picture of you.
It wasn't naked.
Okay. It just looks like it. Let me pretend.
Oh, that's probably my favorite headshot. It was taken by my favorite photographer, Nero Eero.
Nero Eero?
Yeah.
What a cool name.
Yeah. He's awesome.
I'm sitting in my yoga pose right now. Just so you know. Well, not the Savasana.
What's that one called?
I'm cross-legged. Just cross-legged. Although,
ran out
real
of names.
yoga, yeah. I mean,
It's very cross-legged. It's supposed to be really good for your hips.
Mm-hmm.
Open them up.
I've gotten used to that. The proper one where you put the one foot on top of the other as opposed to just crossing them this way. I'm all level.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. It's actually very comfortable for me. I'm not just, you know what it is? It's that's my turnout, as they call it.
Mm-hmm.
My ability to spread my legs sideways. That's a side effect of the skating thing, because of the whole sideways thing, which is what I was doing when I got cut off and fell and tore my hamstring.
And blew out your hamstring.
I jackknifed over myself. There you go with the name Jack again.
Yeah.
Jackknife, Jackhammer, Jack Frost, Jack in the Box.
Oh my goodness.
It's just I'm jealous. If my name was Jack, I could just do a lot of things. Cadillac Jack, because you have a Cadillac.
George, we just got through listening to 10 voicemails where your name was prominent. I mean, that must feel good. George.
Yeah.
George.
I don't even know these people.
George. Hey, George.
Hey, George.
Hey, George. Yeah.
There you go. See?
Here's Chris.
Hey, George.
See?
here's my friend.
Hey, George, give me a call.
Yeah. Here's Bruce Silverman.
Hey, George. It's
Oh, this ought to be good. This one ought to be good. Come on, Bernie. This was good. This must be a butt dial. Yeah. By the way, you ever, we all get butt dialed all the time. You ever hear some real interesting butt dial conversation?
I always hope to, but I never do.
I can't say that I've had it.
Jorge. Hello, Jorge.
That's somebody that doesn't know me.
Oh,
hey, what's up, bro?
Yeah, I don't know.
And we're getting a call.
Hey, what's going on?
All right, you can go ahead and take that. Take that call. Hello, SoFlo Radio, George Rodriguez Show. Welcome to the show.
How are you?
Hey, how are you?
Excellent.
Is that all you wanted to know?
What's that?
Is that all you wanted to know?
Yeah, I just want to know how you're doing.
Oh, excellent. Great. How you doing? How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Excellent. Good. Really, that's all you had? Because I was hoping for a lot more. Just got me all excited.
This is Avi from the Kava Bar.
Is it really?
Mystic Water Kava Bar, downtown
Right,
Hollywood.
right there, right down the road.
Yes.
Yes, Kava got me laid. Well, I can't say that I wouldn't have gotten laid without the Kava, but it certainly created an excuse to just stop doing what we were doing, which was drinking Kava, and go have some sex.
Nice.
Yeah.
At least it worked out well for you.
Yeah, it did, and it did work out well. Actually, she said that it was a very positive experience because of the Kava.
Yes.
Yes.
No stress, heightened senses. How can you go wrong?
The senses were heightened, indeed.
Right.
I mean, not like it being on ecstasy heightened, but you can actually legally buy kava for now.
Right. Maybe you should have drank more kava.
I don't know if we could have, man. We polished off one of those giant bowls, between the two of us.
Right.
We were there for a considerable amount of time. At least one. I think that the group of us, because it was she and I and some other people, had 2, maybe 3 of those bowls. I lost count because we've been smoking too, man. I'm a little high, and she said, I want to see what this feels like. She was tingling and shit. So very good. I understand you have kombucha over there now.
No, we stopped the kombucha. The person that was making it for us moved out of the States.
Oh, is that hard to find somebody? Because we just had one of the shows that we have here on SoFlo Radio is By the Glass, and we had a kombucha show like 2 weeks ago or something like that. And, I mean, I've had people's homemade kombucha before, and this is some bottled stuff that they have, and it was really, really good. Of course, we mixed it with whiskey. I mean, and not. I mean, we didn't. We had it without mixing it, and then we did, and it was just great both ways.
Oh, I never thought of mixing kombucha with alcohol.
Yeah, well, we're a little bit crazy over here. What can I tell you?
Right.
So now you're in the market for someone else to make it for you. I mean, we covered it on the show. It's not that difficult to make.
Yeah, I just don't want to be the one making it.
I understand. Yeah, I'm lazy too. Very lazy. So, how's it going over there? I mean, it's been a while since I've been in there.
We're doing very well. We have 2 more locations now. We have one in
Really?
Ithaca, New York, outside of Cornell University, and San Diego, California.
Excellent. Very good. Randy goes over there all the time?
Yes, Randy's amazing.
Yeah.
Yay.
If you've never been to the Mystic Water Kava Bar, it's worth just walking in there. It looks like Bilbo Baggins' house kind of. It's like it's like the inside of a tree, and they've got cool things, cool books, cool little games. It's a very chill environment. They don't let you smoke weed in there. I know that because I tried. They kick you right out.
Yeah.
But to let you back in, that's the good news.
Right, you have to smoke outside.
Right. Right. I'm just like, if you guys you still have that little upstairs area, little spiral staircase. Yeah, you gotta. Right. What you should do is get like little rooftop smoking section.
Wow, that would be nice.
Yeah.
Maybe one day.
Right. I'll be there way more often then, because I gotta smoke. I think they go really well together personally. And I think that the people that enjoy kava,
I can attest to it. It does.
Your body.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Sure. Why don't you, while we have you on the phone, why don't you tell the audience about where kava comes from? I mean, I know because we've done whole shows on it. Monica, who you may remember, does a show on our station every now and again, and she's the one that turned me on to it. She brought the kava into the studio. It's her coconuts that are still in my apartment. I should bring them over here.
Oh, nice.
But I know all about it. But why don't you tell the audience since we have you on here?
Kava ceremonial tea from the South Pacific, Vanuatu, Fiji, Samoa, Papua New Guinea, Hawaii. It's their most sacred plant. Been drinking it as a tea for a little over 3,000 years. It's a very powerful muscle relaxer, stress reliever, improves sociability, mental clarity, antidepressant, anti-anxiety. Kind of goes on from there. It's reverse tolerant, so the more often you drink it, the less you have to actually drink.
Is that how does that work? Is it like it accumulates in your system or something?
No, if you gain 200 milligrams of kava, you're going to piss out 200 milligrams of kava.
Mm-hmm.
Your body develops enzymes. I guess you become more efficient in digesting it.
I see.
So you
I see. That makes sense. That's good. So you basically be spending less and less on kava the more you drink it.
Correct.
It's like a loyalty program.
That's a good way to put it.
When I first started drinking kava, I'd probably, drink maybe 6 shells, and now I'll have like 2 or 3, and I'll feel like I did when I initially had the 6.
Very good.
It's a good time.
Now,
yes.
I know I asked Monica, but I'll ask you because you're the kava expert. Do people ever mix it with alcohol, or you don't recommend that?
No.
I don't recommend mixing anything with alcohol, but everybody's an adult and they do whatever they want.
Like
but
not even tonic, or soda water.
Some do,
being a
some
smart
don't. Some get sick and throw up all over themselves.
Really?
The party really hard and have no problems with it. So it's really a personal preference. But again, I don't recommend mixing anything, especially since it is a pretty strong muscle relaxer.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not aware of what you're getting into, you drink a bunch of kava and then you go have some alcohol and then it enhances the kava. So
Okay.
it could have adverse effects.
I noticed when I drank a lot that I felt a little bit like crampy. My stomach felt a little crampy. Is that? Do you recommend that people eat before they drink kava?
You can. You're obviously going to feel it a little bit more if you didn't eat first because you're not combating with the digestion process.
Okay, so don't eat.
I would not recommend probably not eating so much like right before.
Okay. All right, no, that's good. That's good to know. Why don't you give your address and operating hours out? Because I mean, you got a very cool place in there.
We're open Sunday through Saturday, 2 in the afternoon till 4 o'clock in the morning, 7 days a week. We do a happy hour Monday through Friday from 4 to 7. We do an In the Biz from 12 to 4 a.m., 7 nights a week. We have an open mic second to last Tuesday of every month.
And what about all the live music?
Yeah, what, open mic work like for beat poets or what?
Singer-songwriters, spoken words. It's really a little bit of everything. I mean, we have full bands showing up. We have singers, poets. It's a very intense mix of everybody.
Excellent. When is that? When is the open mic thing? Because that appeals to me.
We do the second and last Tuesday of every month.
Okay.
We have Jorge Alfano. He's a world-class musician. He performs. He'll be back in October, usually every Friday and Saturday. We have Havoc and Hayes does a show every Monday night. And we do different things throughout the week. So
awesome. Great. Well,
got the Nog Champions tonight.
Yeah.
Brian, she's got a book.
They've been on the show. They've been in the studio, the old studio, the Ghetto Studios. Got to have them in the new studios. I actually saw them perform there at the Kava Bar before, like a year or so ago.
Tonight, one of their band members, Ryan, he wrote a book, so he's doing the book release tonight at the Kava Bar.
Great. That's good to know. No, they're good people. Give them a shout out. Nog Champions, woo!
All right.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah, they are. When are they going to be there again?
Tonight.
Tonight? Shit.
Yeah, tonight,
Right.
9 o'clock, I think the show
If I can
starts.
get my ass out of bed, man, I'm Dayquil fueled today, and I might just segue into NyQuil. With all due respect to Kava, I just wrap myself up. No, I need to stay away from people. I'm like hacking up phlegm balls, like that. It's awful. It's messy. I'm a trooper. I had to do the radio show, man. I skipped the radio show a couple of weeks ago or something, and people yelled at me, and and I'm sensitive to that. So, but thank you for being on the show with us, Avi. Right?
You're welcome. Yes, thank you.
I'm sure I met you before, but like when the place is all crowded and stuff. So,
right.
Next time I'm there, I'll make it a point.
Say hello.
I will. I absolutely will. And keep doing your good work. Power to the people.
Thank you. Power to you.
All right. Take it easy.
Thanks, Avi.
Thank you, Avi. Bye.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. And I can see we're going to have to disconnect the Skype. I thought I was going to have a great idea leaving the Skype sounds up, but I forgot that when another call comes in, that happens. So I'll do that when we take a commercial break. Remember that break that I'm threatening to take? We're going to do that when we come back on SoFloRadio.com.
Are you online?
Well, I don't go in for that computer stuff.
Then we're not interested in you. SoFloRadio.com.
When you're ready to actually lose weight safely and steadily while being monitored by a physician, the weight loss clinic of Dr. Kim Jacobson is there for you. The family medicine practice was established by her father in 1956 and continues as a medical practice that now specializes in weight reduction. Dr. Kim Jacobson joined the practice 20 years ago as both a family medicine practitioner and weight loss specialist. The weight loss clinic utilizes a combination of appetite immunosuppression medication and vitamins to produce great results, usually 3 to 4 pounds per week for most patients. Now you can change your lifestyle while still enjoying your own food, just less of it. They offer a choice of 2, 3, or 4-week plans. So whether you just need to lose a few pounds or a lot, the Weight Loss Clinic of Dr. Kim Jacobson can help you. They're located at 5454 Northeast 4th Avenue in Miami, just 2 blocks west of 54th Street and Biscayne Boulevard. Call them at 305-751-0091. They'll be happy to answer any and all of your questions. That's 305-751-0091. Get started on a beautiful new body today with Dr. Kim Jacobson and the Weight Loss Clinic.
Put a team of professional consultants behind your home or business computer with Key Information Solutions, providing solutions to your internet and computing needs while keeping you on the cutting edge of technology. Preventative maintenance and networking support, hardware and custom-built computers. Let Key Information Solutions be your personal tech staff for your home or office with affordable hourly, monthly, or annual rates to fit anyone's budget. Call Key Information Solutions now, 954-973-3374. That's 954-973-3374. Or visit keyinformation.com.
Social media marketing. You know your business needs it, but you have no clue on how to do it. And who has the time?
Don't worry, you're not alone. Mouse Media is here to help.
Mouse Media has linked creativity, art, and technology to expand your web presence and increase traffic to your site. Visit them at mousemedia.us.
That's mousemedia.us.
Or follow Mouse Media on Twitter and on Facebook.
Mousemedia.us.
He's got the money, he's got the looks, he's got the brains. But the man who seems like he has it all has never done this.
I never thought in a million years that I would have the chance to bang 25 beautiful women who know nothing about me.
The creators of The Bachelor bring you an all-new reality show, The Bastard.
Well, I can see myself with Amber, but Jennifer looks like one of those, she'd be good in bed type chicks, It's like, do I go with the good girl? Do I go with the bad girl? Missionary, doggy, so whatever.
25 girls and one guy with a mission.
Veronica, I love you so much.
Oh my gosh, really?
The Bastard.
Yeah, totally.
I can see myself with you for the rest of my life.
Yeah, me too, Renee.
It's Susan.
Love has no name.
Oh, you're so sweet.
I take off your top so we can take our trip down to the life road or whatever.
The Bastard.
Oh, you are definitely getting a rose.
Karaoke ready. Here are the lyrics you requested, sir.
Thank you, brothers. Yes. I am a big defense contractor, upstanding Christian corporate born. I am a greedy, stinking bastard who's looking forward to a war. Another Cold War's what I'm asking. I'm only concerned with my bottom line. Let's start a war and start blasting. Don't care how many have to die. It's schmucks like me who put that kid in office, and I'm expecting a return. Now finally, with Rumsfeld working for us, now we can build that SDI. A big defense contractor. I am the harbinger of death. My corporate image I have mastered. But
Probably a
when
goofball.
I'm home, I must confess that I always wear a dress.
That's what I was saying off the air.
Put that line in here.
Yeah, hit that guy. Because people call. We're not going to stop playing. A great Boca Brian bit just to answer a telephone call. Hello, SoFlo Radio. It might be Clem.
Hey, George, it's Raven.
Hey, there you are. We were just.
There I am.
I don't know if you heard us talking about you. Probably somebody. Hey, George is sucking your ass right now because he was an asshole.
No, actually, I was listening to the show.
Oh, excellent.
Aw.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Then
Hey,
I won't have to
Raven.
repeat myself.
Hello.
There goes Randy.
Sorry about this party thing, man. You made me feel bad now. Like,
No,
I wanna
don't
have
feel
it,
bad.
but-
It's perfect because I'm like, I got this cold. I'm under the weather. It's just great. I'm just gonna go to bed. That's
yeah,
perfect.
we're definitely gonna have to do something possibly next weekend then.
Okay, I will.
We'll get together and then you could have everybody come on hand and whoever you were gonna invite, just re-invite.
Right, no, well, you're way more spacious. I had to apologize to Randy. She was a party orphan last week, but I wasn't going to take her to uncharted waters. I didn't know what the lay of the land was going to be at Tony Colombo's house, especially considering what I was planning on doing, and we did. Because listen,
Yeah, I know.
I was going to be in a really huggy mood, and I'm trying to be a gentleman. I'm trying not to do anything wrong from now on. And Randy's really attractive, and there's just.
I told Tony, I was like, nice to invite me to a party with 4 couples and me.
Yeah. Well, listen, I
love
haven't
being the ninth wheel.
I haven't been a couple in a very long time, as you know. This is a relative. This was a new exploratory thing for me. As a matter of fact, that was Blunt Girl's first public appearance. I hadn't taken her out in public before. We haven't gone anywhere together where other people. Do you know what I mean?
You've been stashing her.
We've been doing the getting to know each other kind of thing because when you meet someone new, you don't know if you're going to like them, and it would be horrible to go introducing people to people and then it doesn't work out, and then they go, "Hey, what happened to that girl?" "Ah, it didn't work out." So
exactly.
we decided
it turns out to be like a witch or something like
Right.
that, and everybody's like, "Who's that girl you're with?"
And especially considering the uniqueness of that situation, we wanted to make sure that we were compatible before we started going places together, and that was actually an experiment that night. So, and considering I had every intention of being fucked up,
like weird science.
Yeah, I didn't want to be around any platonic people because there's no way that I wouldn't have been hugging on someone and grinding and licking. So I needed to be with someone that would be okay with, and so.
Yeah, she seemed cool.
She's quite cool, and she had a great time and all that stuff. So if you have another party, I'll bring everybody this time. And
Yeah, I'm looking at next week. So this week, like, I had a bunch of people I wanted to invite, and they were kind of like, "Hey, we got something." Some people had to work, so it was like
Sure.
I met some people last weekend, really cool people at the rave at Swanky Tunes, and they all can't go.
Yeah, I saw
so
those
was just like,
pictures.
"Ah."
I was too wiped out to be able to go to that on Sunday night.
Yeah, Borg Wars tomorrow, but I'm definitely going to be at Bingo Players next Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th is next week.
Yes.
And what's going on?
Bingo Players at Cinema.
So
Those are like the best people have been in there.
And that's a Friday thing?
Yeah, it's Friday,
Okay.
unfortunately.
Well, then there you go. When were you thinking of having your party?
Probably Saturday. if
Ooh,
we're still
all right.
alive.
Well, I was gonna say, man, I don't think I can do that 2 nights in a row, but maybe I'll take it easy on Friday. I've got a whole thing with the kids right now. It's like Friday is my night out, and then Saturday, I'm Daddy. I'm Mr. Daddy. I can make arrangements. I can do things, but
Well, I'm
you know,
coming
it's
up
tough.
against what I told you guys is going to happen. I don't want to mention anything now on the radio, but
Okay.
I will make an appearance there, so we'll have the time to do that when it happens, and then I'll talk all about it.
Okay, on Friday you're talking about.
Well, hopefully either next Friday or the Friday after, because if it's not, then I'm getting a little impatient.
Okay.
Big
Well,
old tease.
Is it the same?
Yeah, I'm teasing you guys hard, or soft, depending how you like it.
We like it when you tease us. So, what the thing on at Cinema next Friday? That's another Danny and Kenny thing.
Kenny's definitely doing the mic. I don't know if it's actually Danny per se. He's always involved somehow. But
Mhm.
it's Bingo Players are an awesome electro house group.
Okay. We'll have to see if we can
sick.
sneak our asses
Funky
in there.
Tunes is really good too, but actually Bingo Players is better.
Awesome. Well, I'll try to get in on that since Friday's my night off. I love Club Cinema is a great venue. I mean, it used to be a theater, so they've got that kind of layered. Everything is like you can pretty much see the stage from anywhere in that place.
Yeah, it's a really nice layout.
So I'm gonna write that down, man. Friday, Bingo Players, Club Cinema. And if it is a Kenny thing, I know Kenny's involved in that. I always want to promote that. They're the only ones as far as I mean, there's some people on South Beach doing stuff, but I like their parties. I like that crowd. It's very,
Well, I mean, if you want to go to a mansion, spend $50 to get in, and $5,000 to $10,000 to sit at a table, and $20 a drink. By the time you get in and had one drink, you spent $100 already.
Yeah, no. The 2 times I've gone to mansion were with people that had a connection, and that's the only time I will go to South Beach. I'm such a spoiled brat now because I don't hate South Beach. I know it's wonderful, it's popular, but there are so many things that I hate about going down there. Like, let's start with the parking. Like, I don't go down there, and I know a couple people that let me have a parking spot at their apartment. So I have to make sure that the parking is available for me. Then I want to make sure that I'm able to get in the club not as a schlepper, because I find it very undignified to stand out there and behind the velvet rope waiting for someone to approve of me. Because first of all,
of course, if you're not with one or two girls, you're not getting in.
They're not gonna approve of me, and I'm gonna be with more than one or two girls, but they're the girls that are gonna let me in. They're the girls getting me in. I'm blessed to have friends that are connected with ownership down there, and I don't it's not like carte blanche for me. I don't always get invited, but I just wait till I do. If I go to South Beach, you better believe that I got a parking spot and free admission lined up, and I'm not gonna be standing around outside and like Kesha, I'm going in the back door. And that's not an anal sex joke.
Yeah, that's funny.
So yeah, and but Mansion's awesome, and
once you get inside.
It's awesome. That's where I saw Dead Mouse there. And our group, we got to stand like right there next to the stage and everything, and it was really cool. And I got pictures, and I was all fucked up, and I got my glasses, and I got my glow lights, and it's great, and it didn't cost me any money. So that's the only way to go down there. But cinema is like what? It's like $20-$30. Everybody gets in. It's fun crowd. It's fun bunch. They don't gouge you at the bar. It's like $6 for a beer. That's fine.
Good times had by all.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Except for that girl that got carried out.
Well, she had a good time.
She had a good time
until she got
carried
carried
out. She had a good time right to that point, I was like, what she remembers.
Well, if you're having a party Saturday, then maybe what I'll do is I'll try to line it up so that I'll go to cinema and I'll just keep it in second gear. Just maybe have some water and some beer.
Well, I'll be there. I'll make sure I'll hold your hand through the experience.
Yeah. I won't get too effed up, and I'll save all of my brain cells and my liver and my kidney for your party on Saturday.
You mean the ones you have left?
Yeah.
The three that are still lingering and holding on for dear life.
I have performance kidneys, man. If somebody needs a kidney transplant, mine will go for a lot of money on auction. My kidneys are very, very efficient.
Well, that's what I always said. Either I was born with an abnormally large brain, or they're lying to me. Because if everything kills brain cells, I should have nothing left by now. Trust me.
Sure. Oh, I'll bet. So you heard my big ass sucking apology. I feel horrible that I didn't, thank you after the exit thing last week.
Yeah, the guilt trip last Saturday probably helped too.
Well, you're absolutely right. I suck. It's like the most obvious, like the elephant in the room, like the most obvious person, the person that I should have thanked first, last, and in between is you. And I don't even know why it slipped my mind, but just doing a radio show is really weird. I
was like, Danny, check.
Yeah.
Jason,
check.
Yeah,
check. Kenny, check. Like, what the fuck? You were my first.
I was there, right?
My first DJ friend in this town, man. DJ Raven, I know, my very first DJ friend and fan, mutual fans of each other. People should have witnessed the suck fest when when we first started hanging out. Like, I love you, I love you. No, I love you, man. I still have every CD you ever made me. It's in my bookcase. When I'm digitizing everything, and I'm only going to keep certain CDs, because I got boxes stacked up everywhere. But the CDs that the local people like you have given me, those are going to be part of my collection forever. I cherish every one of them. I'm going all the way back. All dusty CDs, man. Should bring them back out just to remind you what you used to sound like.
I know, right? Sometimes I forget. Well, I remember that exit, the reunion.
That was a great time. It's too bad that people didn't show up. I know that there was some other thing going on that screwed everything up, but it was a great time.
Yeah. I had a lot of fun.
I knew like half the people, and then the other half of the people I got to know over the course of the night. Had a bonding moment with Danny as we were crying over the money we were losing. He lost a lot more.
Yeah, right.
Than me. Yeah. But whatever. Life is like they're gassing people in Syria. There's all the hell breaking loose. People are starving all over the place, and and our biggest worry was we lost some money.
Didn't sell enough shirts.
The music was great. Everything was great. I got to roller skate. It was pretty fun.
That was pretty.
I got a lot of pictures I didn't post. I should just make a whole gallery, even though it's probably a little bit too late now. I should just really overhaul my whole Facebook thing. I've got pictures from childhood and stuff. I should just make an actual proper timeline and put all these galleries on there. Interesting stuff. Pictures of me from Cuba, You know, when I was a little rave baby.
Oh, rave baby.
Yeah. Just kidding. I'm glad that that's still going on.
That's what we call RIT, raver in training.
Sure. I'm glad it's still going on. And at that exit party, there were, you know, some older people there, and they were there with their kids. Pikachu. It was so funny. The girl in the pictures dressed like Pikachu. I know her parents from your house, from your parties.
Yeah, from my house. I know. Isn't that funny?
Lauren,
They used to
that
come to
was
my
very
house
funny.
all the time, and now I'm like hanging out with her daughter.
I know.
That sounds kind of creepy. That sounds really creepy.
She was
It's
one
like-
of the girls that, hey, Bobby, she was one of the girls that the guy on Facebook was wanting me to hook him up with. I'm like, she's 16, for the love of God. She's not 16 because she's tall. She's way taller than me. I didn't know she was 16. Or wouldn't have bought her all those drinks.
Well, we're all in denial, George. We didn't know she was 16. Yeah, she was sucking her thumb and had a Pikachu
I didn't
backpack,
touch
but
her.
She must be 25.
I didn't touch her. I didn't touch anybody. I didn't
That's
touch myself at that party.
Trust me, I sometimes have to question myself too. It's like, oh my God.
No, let's
Look.
Teenagers, and I got two daughters, but teenagers were not that attractive when I was a teenager. They're like all spazzy and everything. Although there's some pretty sophisticated people out there in that scene, and I'm just glad it's still going on.
Yeah, horses have blinders. They should make that for like underage people, so like, you know, adults can't see them.
They should make you wear a T-shirt with your age on it.
Well, that would be fun.
Except that I don't want to wear that. Don't make me,
Exactly.
Don't make me wear that
Up to a
T-shirt,
certain
please.
age, then you're-
Oh my
then you're
God.
excused. Then, no pun intended, you're grandfathered in.
That's right. Is that your age, or is that a kind of cleaner? What is that? Like, Jesus.
I have no idea.
Is that your age or your address? I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah.
old. God Almighty. Well, thanks for calling in, man. It's always
Yeah.
a pleasure.
I'll talk to you guys soon, man.
We'll be in touch.
And
We'll
like
be
I
in
said,
touch.
when I got this thing nailed down, when it's a definite, I'll definitely be in your show because then I'll be working during the day, and then we could discuss that new project.
Okay, tell you what. Hey, listen. If you don't have a date next week for the cinema thing, you take Randy, and that way I can take Blunt Girl, and because Kenny and Danny are pains in the ass about how many people I can. I can't bring in an entourage because I'm part of theirs.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I just sneak in before they're open, and everybody's like knows me, and they just let me in the back.
know,
They're like, "Hey, what's up, man?
listen-
Glad to see you. Come right in."
Kenny's my friend. We go to each other's kiddie birthday parties and everything, and he gets me in, and he's cool. And Danny scares me, man. I'm afraid that I'm gonna catch Danny in the wrong mood, and he's gonna kick my ass out of there.
Yeah, he's.
I have to
a
hide
little
behind Mandy.
sometimes.
Mandy, save me from Danny. He's trying to kick me out. Because I spend more time talking to Mandy than I do with Danny, because Danny's running around yelling at people all night long.
Yeah,
so I kind of
definitely.
want to stay in a corner. I try to find a dark corner and stay there, and then Mandy shows up, and we shoot the shit, and wait for her to go up on stage, and then I just spend the rest of the night taking pictures of her.
Show mode.
She's the queen, man. She's the queen of the scene. She should show up in a carriage, pumpkin-shaped carriage driven by horses.
Have like 4 bouncers carry her on like a platform.
Absolutely,
over to
like
the
a big
stage.
litter, oily muscle men should carry her on a litter to the stage.
Love it.
So anyway, all right, man. We'll be in touch. Let's make tentative plans. You take Randy in with you, and I'll take Blunt Girl in with me. Blunt Girl hasn't been to a real club. She's been so sheltered, so I'm gonna try to expose her.
Okay, we're gonna have to pop her cherry.
Okay.
Goodness.
Yes. She's 21.
You guys.
All right. I carded her. All right, man. Hello?
I put it down.
Oh, there you go. All right, it's my man. Yeah, she's just following instructions, man. Jumping the gun. All right, talk to you later, David. DJ
All right,
Raven,
man.
ladies and gentlemen.
Bye.
All right, like one of the oldest, best. Oh, I shouldn't say. Like what? He's been around he's a pioneer.
Foot and mouth disease.
He's been raving so long. That's his name.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Yes. No. All right. 7 till 2 on all rave radio. Oh, you probably don't have a break lined up because we've just been. Yeah. Don't even worry. We're just gonna keep talking. I haven't gotten to
Please
half the shit
do.
that I have on my notebook over here.
So what's in the notebook?
Women. Did I talk about this before? Women that I know posting memes on Facebook, and I just learned that term just like about a month ago. The meme. That's how you say it. The
Yes,
meme.
meme, not mimi.
A picture with writing on it. There's a name for that? I thought it was just a picture with writing on it. A picture with a caption. And I have a lot of female friends, as you know, and a lot of them post these. And, I know who you are out there. See, that's the problem with the women that I know posting these memes. They post these memes that are, I'm trying to think of exact quotes. I probably should have just copied and pasted a bunch of them. Like, if you're a man and you're trying to find the right, this is one, trying to find the right woman, why don't you concentrate on being the right kind of man? Something like that. Like basically the message of the memes is a very Oprah-esque. It's like, oh, ladies and gentlemen, please answer that phone call. Click and then turn it up. Click first and then turn it up. Just click as soon as you can. Alan, the blue-lipped Alan Michaels, ladies and gentlemen, that says that Charlie is fat. Gnarly Charlie. I told Charlie what you said today, Alan. And he said, I'm not fat. And he lifted up his shirt, which I didn't want him to do. But nevertheless, he's not fat. You called him fat. Alan.
Hey.
Is this Alan or is this Johnny Dolan? Oh, it's Johnny Dolan. Are you on Alan's phone? You don't have a phone of your own, Johnny?
No, well, I do, but Alan dialed it up on his phone. I guess he doesn't want me to have the number.
Did you hear what I was saying earlier in the show? Because I've been all over the place with it. I said that I used to not like you, but now I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did something happen to you? Did you get religion? Did you get locked in a pressure thing? Or?
No, not at all. Why do you say that?
I don't because first you used to be fat, and now you're not. That's one thing. Maybe that's what happened? That you lost weight and you had fat on your brain. Back when we all worked together, I thought you were an arm flapping spaz. Neil didn't like you. I didn't like you. Nobody in that building liked you. And then like now you mellowed out. You're nice. You're gracious. You're lucid. I didn't think that happened to people, but it is. I mean, I think you're awesome now. I think you're great, and you're going to be DJing the set that's coming up right after this, the She's Only Rock'n'Roll.com and SoFloRadio.com simulcast, which we call the She Play, coming up right after that. And that leads into the Gnarly Charlie Totally Awesome Retro Party that I know you're going to plug that as well. Cause
Definitely I will. Gnarly's a great guy. Worked with him for about 4 years at Coast.
Right. He is a great guy. Very chill,
really
very cool guy.
Totally 80s type of
dude. He's named after his own feet. Yeah, he shouldn't wear.
It was good to see you yesterday, George.
He shouldn't wear sandals. It's a pleasure seeing you too, and I'm glad that you guys enjoyed the studio. And I am going to box up all those CDs and take them over to you at some point. Just a lot of good stuff. It's not all just the cast off stuff that we got at the radio station. I was really good at collecting good stuff, name stuff.
Yeah, no, I collect all kinds of CDs, and there's a gold mine in every box. There really is.
Yeah,
so introduce me to the room. Who's in there?
Well, I've got Randy Rocks over here on the board.
Hey.
Hey, Randy.
And then I have Jack Frost over here on his phone.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. And these are the interns, and we can't call them slaves anymore, even though we used to in radio. I'm not making that up. We always called the interns the slaves. And that, by the way, let that be a lesson to you. That means, guess how many black interns I've had in my radio career?
Whoa, I don't know.
None. And it's not my fault. You make do with what's available. People come into the radio station and they say, interns available. Pick yourself out an intern. And sometimes people that I know would say, hey, I got somebody that wants to be in radio. Can they intern with you? And I would say, yeah, okay, but it was never somebody of color. So now we can't use that slaves thing anymore. We're just reinventing everything as we go. Now,
you're an equal opportunity employer anyway.
I want to be. Well, I'm a spic, so
that kind of helps.
I already fulfill the one EEOP requirement just by being here myself. Now, when you DJ for the She's Only Rock'n'Roll.com thing, do you do it out of Alan's apartment?
Yeah, definitely.
Wow.
His spacious, palatial apartment, definitely.
I've been there once. That's enough. He has a coffee table and just like he's got a lot of radio memorabilia around that's really nice, but also the rest of the stuff that's in his house looks like a lot of old lady shit, like old lady tchotchkes and bric-a-brac.
Yeah, exactly. You tagged it.
Yeah, and I moved one of the items that was on the coffee table, and there was like clean glass underneath it. I thought the coffee table had like a felt covering, some kind of a...
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it turned out there was just a layer of dust an inch thick. Alan doesn't dust anything, and he smokes like a fiend. So everything in his apartment is covered with a layer of dust and soot and grime. Right? You're laughing because you know it's true.
So he said we're making fun of his house.
He doesn't... Yeah, he doesn't clean. He doesn't dust.
I mean, I'm sure when he brings the lady up here.
Nor does he. Yeah, he's right. Nor does he actually touch anything. He doesn't interact with the coffee table. Like if he had put his foot up on it or something, there would be a disturbance in the dust. But it's not. It's like the dust on the moon. It's just been that way for 5,000 years.
Wow. And he didn't wash the carpet either.
No, he doesn't. He smokes.
Yeah, but you know something? Think of it, George. He really hides it because there's never any lights on in here. Even during the day, he'll shut out all the lights. He hides it well.
Yeah, no, it's dark in there. It's really totally dark in there.
Not yet.
Not yet. No, I'm sorry. I'm being paranoid. I'm looking at the clock wrong. Sorry, I'm totally making the interns nervous over here for no good reason.
My stomach has been like burbling for the past 30 seconds.
At least she took time to pee.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, this is a
stomach,
skill
never
that you
heard
have
of
to teach the interns is like when to pee and how not to pee and everything. Like that shirt, Larnell. I'm gonna totally trade you. I want that shirt. We got yet another intern that in the studio, and we can't call him a slave either. I mean, just like times are changing.
Another black guy.
Johnny Dolan.
Person.
Times are changing all over the place. We like to bust Larnell's chops just because. Got to bust somebody's chops. So the She Play, she's only rockandroll.com, SoFloRadio.com simulcast, hosted and DJ'd by our very own Johnny Dolan, is coming up right after this. And then after that, it's the Gnarly Charlie Totally Awesome Retro Party. A replay of the Sports Heads is coming up at 7 o'clock tonight, followed by a replay of By the Glass, and just all kinds of fun stuff. No partying this weekend. Stay tuned for next week. We're going to have another wonderful live show and all kinds of happy horse shit and partying and I don't know what. Thanks for tuning in. The show's going to be on YouTube. There's no way for us to post the audio right now. I don't know what I'm going to do. They're messing with my life. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Randy. Thank you, Johnny.
Woohoo.
Thank you, Jack. Thank you, Larnell, for just showing up right now. We'll be back next week on the George Rodriguez Show, SoFloRadio.com.
Streaming live from the beautiful city of Hollywood, Florida, USA. This is SoFloRadio.com.
Talk to you later, George.